I'm sure you wondered why I've gathered you all here today. For those who don't know, it is Bisexual Day of Visibility. No, it's not visibility. It's Bisexual Day. It's Pride Month. It's Bisexual Day. And I don't know, for those of you that were here yesterday during the members-only live stream on YouTube, Scootish committed bi crime. And he called to tell me I am no longer bisexual. He yoinked my identity away from me. Who gave him this authority? I don't know. I took his bi from him, obviously. Bi on bi crime necessitates bi on bi crime. Okay. But today is the bisexual day. Therefore, I win. Okay? Feel free to give me donos. I'm kidding. I love I can't even fucking pretend to ask for free for it would be much easier. My job would be much easier if I was good at like asking for money for my job. Like it would be much easier. Truly. I'm shocked and appalled. I know. Kuna, it was horrible. It was. But yes, Kuna, it can't always be you. Come on, I'm gonna bankrupt you. Kuna won the Swell Grand Prix. Kuna ate the poison. The thing is still downstairs, so we have Mau Mau still. Kuna wins. This is from my bisexual rat. Let's fucking go. Us rats gotta stay together. His treat fund with a sub is crazy. Hermes is here with me. So basically, I also have bit right here by something. This little red patch is a bite. I don't know what the fuck it is. I got bit by something at my dad's house, which is also part of the reason I did not want to spend another night there. Do not tell him. He was like, oh, because my house is dirty. I was like, I don't fucking, could have been at the Angel game last night. I don't fucking know. But I got bit by something and it's on my face. Luckily, my bangs cover it. But it does itch, so I'm trying not to touch it, okay? Spider? Maybe. I don't fucking know. It's like, it's swollen. Obviously, you can see it. But there's no, like, clear bite mark. I'm hoping it'll go down. But yeah, I pat it? No. It's not, like, leaking or anything. There's no, like, clear bite mark. It's probably a spider. But I don't fucking know. I don't really want to think about it. It's gross. So I don't have any other bite marks, so I know it's not like bed bugs or anything like that. But he's a boy, so who fucking knows? You know, he lives alone. Men are weird. Anyways, I went to my dad's place because I was going to a Space Tech Expo today, which I did go to. Usually when I'm at an event, I can tell very quickly if there's going to be a video out of it or not. And I'll probably still write about it for Substack and I'll do some short form stuff on it. But overall, I was like, I don't need to spend another night at my dad's house and maybe get bit by something else and deal with Hermes hating Rosie to spend another day here. So I left. So I was only there for a couple of hours. And frankly, that was plenty. Space. Yeah, it was very SEMA with draw a circle around it. Maybe I'll do that when I go to sleep, just in case it gets bigger. Let me see. Let me take a photo. That's a video. That's not helpful. It's not like inflamed. It's definitely like swollen, as you can see. Like there's a bump. So that's fun. I have no liquid Benadryl. It will be fine. It's not too itchy. It's just like I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Ow. Oh, I got new shoes, and by new shoes, I mean I bought secondhand shoes. And they're my size, but they're not my size, apparently. I need to take them to a cobbler and have them stretched out. But they're very cute. They're leather Ferragamo shoes that I got for like $70. Like, adorable. I wore them today. I need to have them stretched. I'm going to take them to a cobbler tomorrow and be like, hi, please stretch these half a size. Because they say 8.5, they're lying. I have blisters that I have not had for months, which is devastating. So hopefully. Hopefully that'll fix it. I feel like if it was a mosquito, you'd have more bites. No, I usually, if it's a mosquito, I only ever get bit once. Depending on the mosquitoes. We have the ankle biting mosquitoes out here in, what's it called? Let's see. And so, like, they literally bite around your ankles. Just cut a lemon, put it on the stove, and then place it on a bite. I don't think it helps me personally, but supposedly it does. Okay. Oh, we have a video we have to watch. And by video we have to watch, I do mean video we have to watch. There was an update on a video that we saw the other day, not too long ago. There was a guy, a YouTuber, who went to North Sentinel Island off, you know, in Indian territory. And for those who don't know, North Sentinel Island, the Sentinelese people are like one of the last truly sequestered, like, people that has not been touched by like modern civilization whatsoever. And it's actually illegal to go there. Even for anthropological visits, that was fully outlawed a few decades ago. The last time in my recent memory that someone went, the guy got killed. He was trying to convert them for Jesus, because of course he was. He got taken out probably by an arrow. We don't know. However, there was a YouTuber last year who thought it would be a good idea to go to the island. He got a little like dinghy boat and go to the island by himself to leave a Diet Coke. Filmed himself doing all of this, and then as he was returning back to the mainland, he was picked up by authorities. He has basically been being monitored on arrest for a year. They finally gave him his final sentencing. No more jail time. He basically had to pay the equivalent of $163, I believe, US, in rupees as a fine. But yeah, he has now put out more footage, and there's a new video. Where'd he go? Where's the video? I literally just saw someone talking about it. I have everyone talking. One moment, my father. My dad's joining a cult. Anyways, okay, it's probably not a cult, but I'm calling it a cult because I think it's funny if it's a cult. But it's probably not a cult. Okay, here's the, oops, give me the description. Copy, give me, let me search him up by his name because maybe he's doing it. It's Mikhailo. Is this his fucking... Okay, I believe this is the guy that has been sneaking. So if I remember correctly, Mikhailo is the guy who has, you know, hung out with the Taliban and shit, okay? And has been, like, arrested for fucking around and things like that. So he posted... God, these videos. Okay, let's... Do not do this shit, okay? But is he... There's nothing to indicate here. He goes by Neo-Orientalist. And apparently, the clips that I heard already, I was curious. Yeah, he just does shit. This is his channel. He just does shit. I think these are re-uploads. Here's him with from a year ago. Taliban controlled Afghanistan through American eyes. Yeah, this is from a year ago. He's just been kicking it with the Taliban. These have like 1,000 views. I remember, I think this is a re-upload channel, maybe, or that he started publishing. He got his old channel taken down. Where's the... Okay, let's start here.
Just right now.
New developments in the case of a 24-year-old American YouTuber.
His latest move has seen him branded idiotic and reckless.
And finally, I get to share with you why. On March 29th, 2025, I became the first person to land on North Sentinel Island alone and return alive. But it was my arrest and time spent in an Indian prison that made the headlines. Joseph Conrad's 1899 novella, Heart of Darkness, follows sailor Charles Marlowe on assignment deep down the Congo River to find Kurtz, whose mystical reputation as an ivory-trading mogul turned charismatic demigod of the indigenous has reverberated into the surrounding colonial powers. Marlowe is enthralled into the interior by these stories, relating his own fascination as a child for the blank spaces on the map. The deeper he ventures into the utter savagery of Kurtz's world, the more grotesque and perverted his surroundings and his own motivations become. He begins to realize that the darkness he's been warned about isn't a land or its people, but something
Is he... Okay, I make comments about being a social media anthropologist. You obviously know that's in jest, okay? I also am not engaging and going out and claiming that what I am finding or experiencing at events is any way a conclusion or that I am an authority on it past my experience with going to events. But I'm certainly not claiming to be an authority from an anthropology perspective. Is this dude an anthropologist? Does he have any experience other than doing reckless shit with like various organizations?
Buried within him. Kurtz is not driven to madness by distance from civilization, but by the freedom to act without consequence. The more power he gains, the less human he becomes. Since then, I've returned to this story often, and in the aftermath of what you see and as I continue to venture into the unknown, I can't help but ask myself,
Sentinel Island is often considered the most dangerous place in the world. It's home to one of the most deadly uncontacted tribes on Earth, is almost to the Deadly Island. And although he somehow managed to come back unscathed, it's possible that he might have triggered a
Did his other
genocide
channel
on the
get
island itself.
deleted?
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I make weekly, and how he might even spend the next 5 years of his life in prison because of those acts. But you know what won't land you at Oz? It's worth knowing named Neo-Orientalist, which he created fairly recently in September of 2024. Almost Jurovich Polyakov is a 24-year-old
No, this
YouTuber
is his channel.
from North Goldwater, Arizona. He runs a YouTube channel named Neo-Orientalist, which he created fairly recently in September of 2024, almost a year later, and it's still fairly unknown, with only 4.6
Doing all this
subs
shit
and only
with
one
4,000 subscribers, now 8,000 subscribers. Doing all, like, this is insane to me. So this is his channel. I think he deleted
am
the
I
other
playing
video.
the role of Marlowe or Kurtz? October 2024, 6 months before being arrested for my infamous North Sentinel trip, I arrived in the Andamans for the very first time to reconnoiter the area, assess the sea conditions, naval traffic, and ultimately the viability of reaching the island, as well as to learn more about the landing and subsequent death of missionary John Allen Chow. His motivations were a lot different than mine, but he's not the only one to have dared the adventure. Far from the image of an undisturbed virgin island portrayed by some media, North Sentinel Island has long been the refuge for pirates, poachers, and castaways since at least the days of the Seaborn Shola Empire, all the way to the very present. present. Most famously, the colonial administrator Maurice Vidal Portman made repeated attempts to the islands and conducted extensive research in the natives. And in one case, even kidnapped 6 of them for an examination at Port Blair.
Hate it.
After
I still think he killed some of them.
2 of them succumbed to disease, he expressed
Yeah, I still think he killed those 2.
regret at the less than friendly encounter. Writing in his seminal work, A History of Our Relations with the Andamanese, we cannot be said to have done anything more than increase their general terror of and hostility to all comers. Not long after Indian independence, the new republic made an effort to reach out to these people, now subjects of a country.
I also don't like that this is not indicating that there were children. The ones that survived were children, or at the very least, seemingly very young.
Whose existence they were entirely unaware of. But under the auspices of the Anthropological Survey of India, regular expeditions began in 1967, though not before legally sealing off the island behind a 3 and later 5 nautical mile exclusion zone.
I'm skipping ahead.
Go as planned. I did get caught first by the hotel employees, and then they called some backup. They called the forest rangers. They came and checked everything out. And so
Does he have any background? Any fieldwork experience, background in anthropological studies, background in cultural anthropology, cultural outreach, any background whatsoever? I understand school is not always everyone's path, okay? But like, to be doing this alone even for something like this, when historically being alone has gotten people killed, is insane. Like this is, I do dangerous shit, but it's a calculated dangerous shit, you know? No, Jas, this is the guy that was arrested and was facing up to 5 years in India. His charges were fulfilled. He already basically did the time in jail that he needed to do, and finally has been charged the equivalent of 162 US dollars in rupees for fines. So this is the guy that went and left a Coke can on North Sentinel Island. He didn't see any Sentinelese, which is not uncommon for people that have gone to the island historically. I don't know if we have any modern depictions of it for people that have actually like made ground and then tried to enter into the island to find them. Clearly, based off of their historical experience, they know to hide when foreigners do in fact touch down. And like when people, there have been times where they've gone in and they found like where their huts and such are set up, where their cooking supplies and everything was, but they never saw a single living person. Hula hula hoo, you won the Swell Grand Prix, thank you for subscribing, you drank the poison. Sorry, we don't have the flag, we have Mau Mau. So him not seeing anyone, I've seen a lot of YouTubers that are covering this that aren't familiar with the island past, like the missionary that passed away that was killed. They're like, it's crazy that he never saw anyone. I don't think that's crazy whatsoever. They clearly know to flee when someone is actually making landfall. And especially because there were reports, I don't think he includes it in this, he might. He blew a whistle on the beach for like an hour trying to get people to come out. That sounds like a threat if you don't know what a whistle is, okay? Whistles sound scary when you don't know. Have you ever seen a baby or a toddler that's never heard a whistle react to a whistle? It's fucking jarring. It's very weird, okay? And so so much of what he did is fucking absurd, okay? Oh yeah, no, there's people alive on the island. 100% there's people that live on the island. So after the hurricane, a couple of years ago, they were convinced that in India, there was a lot of belief that they were fully wiped out because it was right in the middle of the path of the hurricane. So they flew a helicopter low to try and see if they could find anyone. And they know that people survived because they started, an old man started shooting arrows at the helicopter. So there are people on North Sentinel Island, 100%. They do check in on them from time to time. They have done check-ins. When the missionary was killed, that was 2017. I believe the hurricane was after, and so we at least know that as recent as I think 2020, based old guy, yeah. And there's like signs of life, like there have been signs of them like hunting wild pigs and things like that are on the island. So there are indications that there are living people doing things on this island. Just because I'm not seeing you, it is not a thing. Also, the clip I heard, which I'm sure is in the other video, he makes a very flippant this is why I know he doesn't have schooling, because I don't have schooling and I know this. He makes a very flippant comment about you can't get anyone sick just by making eye contact, in reference to the fact that one of the reasons that they don't want to make human contact with the Sentinelese is that us, people in, living in other countries, okay, we have herd immunity and developed immunity from things that we don't even think about anymore, okay? So there are things that we could be carriers for that we have no exhibitors for. Forget COVID, forget polio, forget like things like that. But like, we could infect them literally with just by our germs. Just being in the presence, us like fucking with the sand and sitting in the sand and being near them, if they fuck with that, like the contact, we don't know what type of cleanliness setup they have over there, obviously. So like the likelihood of causing a plague on that fucking island is so high, which is one of the reasons there are exclusion zones. It's one of the reasons they have completely cut off anthropological research, because there was anthropological contact made decades ago that was fully cut off, because again, they were worried about killing off this island of people, okay? Content, yeah, Miss Blue Skies. He's an American who wanted clout. I just have morals. He is like anthropologizing this in a way that is, I feel very disingenuous. I don't know. Like, I do the same thing, but I have fucking ethical boundaries. Like, when I take a risk, I am making sure I am at risk. This, fundamentally, what he is doing, he is putting himself at risk. He is putting any of the people monitoring the exclusion zone at risk, okay? Anyone who comes to rescue his ass at risk. And the entire Sentinelese people, he is putting them at risk. And so that fundamentally, I think I have such a problem with this, because I'm like, I take calculated risk, but I make sure the risk is fucking me,
Begging them for maybe an hour to let me go. And then as we're talking, a shark was coming towards me and they quickly told me to get into the boat. I'm looking away and then I look over to where they're pointing and I see a fin sticking out of the water. And so I quickly, at that point, I was done arguing. I saw their point about the dangers of going an inflatable kayak in the Andaman Islands, because it's not just the saltwater crocodiles, it's also sharks that will come up at you like that.
I just don't, what? You forgot that the ocean might have sharks? Saltwater crocodiles, already scary, okay? Sharks, you just forgot about that part? Forgot about other things that are in the ocean. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, so I got in their boat.
Inflatable kayak also. Hey, you know what can pierce an inflatable kayak? Arrows, the things that they've been using against literally anyone that has tried to make contact with them in the last 2 decades. Like,
we pulled my kayak in, and I accepted defeat at this point, but I have a different plan. That was just attempt number 1. We're gonna mix it up, see what's viable, but I'm not done until I'm done.
You should be done.
The next day, I hired out a sports fishing boat.
Side note, fun fact, I've been having this weird thing, okay? Here's my chest. Below my chest on this side, okay? I have been getting this weird feeling on my rib, okay? It feels like ice. It's like a pang of ice, like someone is taking ice and sticking it to my skin. There is nothing there. There is no liquid. It just feels cold. It's a very weird feeling. I don't know what's causing that. If it persists, I'll probably just go to a doctor and be like, hey, is that nerve damage from like a bra? What is that? I don't know what that is. It's been happening for like 24 hours-ish, maybe. So that's random. Yeah. Please don't die. I probably won't. I don't think that'll make me die. It's probably fine.
That guy right there, the guy I caught.
And with things going well, I slyly attempted to bribe the crew to take me to North Sentinel.
Of course you did.
Attempt number 2 is an abject failure. The staff of the fishing boat were absolutely unbribable, uncorruptible, uncraven, non-venal. You know, good for them, but regrettably it's caused a second failure.
Are you one of those guys that like reads like high level books, but you're you know, critical thinking and such, like that's not there, and so you have all these big words that you like to use, but you don't know how to put them into context or apply them with critical thinking, and therefore we have this very weird dichotomy of someone who seems very smart but is actively talking themselves into doing extremely stupid and deadly dangerous things, and yet seemingly is speaking about them as if they are just like a negative side effect of life. You sure that he can read? I'm assuming, like, the way he's talking, like, there's words here where I'm just like, okay, like, I don't know. I don't know. The Idiot's Journey later. Sounds good, Yearly.
I'll be back. I'm gonna try again. I'll look into my options.
Again, remember, okay, so we've talked about this several times, okay? We talked about this with Julius Caesar. We talked about this with the last man that tried to do this, the missionary that was killed. And it's like, okay, you were given all of these roadblocks, all of these chances for God to tell you, the universe, God, anything, to tell you that you're doing something wrong. What you are doing is dangerous. This is the end of your life. You were given so many warnings, so many chances, and yet you do this shit anyway. And we know this guy doesn't die because he posted these videos, okay? We know the outcome of all of this. But still, this is insane. Yeah, he's trying to go to North Sentinelese Island, which is where the Sentinelese tribe is. High vocab online homework. Yeah.
So I'm down, but I'm not out yet.
They turned me down, but offered me the next best thing. North Sentinel Island on the horizon.
See, they're outside the exclusion zone, I believe. Or no, they might be within the exclusion zone, but like, look how far it is from him.
See the distance right there? It's North Sentinel Island. Now we're just outside of the exclusion zone.
North Sentinel Island is among 836 mostly...
They are contacted. No tribes that currently exist are uncontacted because humans are nosy bitches. I say this as a nosy bitch. It is now illegal to go to North Sentinel Island. It is illegal, okay? There is an exclusion zone. It was 3 miles. Now it's 9 miles surrounding the island, okay? It's not uncontacted. You could argue it's untouched, but like it's even not that at this point. It's illegal to go there. Leave them the fuck alone. They do not have modern technology. They do not have taxes, okay? They don't know what Kalshi is. They don't know who Donald Trump is. Let them be free, okay? They've never scrolled. They don't know what an FYP is. Lucky bastards, okay? Let them be free.
The uninhabited islands that make up the Andaman-Nicobar archipelago, each boasting rich, dense forests and pristine emerald waters surrounded by coral reefs. However, many areas, like the Nicobar Island Group, Little Andaman, Strait Island, parts of South and Middle Andaman, and of course, North Sentinel, remain strictly off limits. This is due to, you guessed it, the numerous tribal groups in the area. The Jaroas, for example, continued to raid settlements well into the 1990s before gradually accepting coexistence with Indian settlers. By contrast, only the Sentinelese still retain the deep-seated hostility towards outsiders that once characterized their Andamanese siblings. But there was also a quieter, more indirect threat: undocumented, illegal poaching in the surrounding waters.
Yep.
The Andaman Islands are home to the protected and highly coveted sea cucumber, which is valued for its alleged medicinal properties in Chinese traditional medicine, and fetches thousands of dollars per kilo in China. Chinese traditional medicine remains the #1 driver of illegal poaching worldwide. For this reason, many low-income fishermen from Myanmar and Sumatra take the risk of entering this lucrative black market, which threatens the surrounding ecosystem and makes the Sentinelese vulnerable to hostile encounters.
There it is. Heart of Dark.
And again, it's like if he actually gave a fuck. He's talking about these things. He's got all the pieces, but he seemingly doesn't have the critical thought or the self-awareness to be like, I should not violate this exclusion zone. I should not violate this island with my germs, with my technology, with my person, my physical body. I should not do this. I should not put these people at risk. Forget even the danger to them, the danger to myself, the possibility of being arrested. Multiple times he was told, no, you will be arrested. He begged the first group at the hotel to not have him arrested. Like, it drives me insane.
Darkness. The last island. Right now you're looking at the aftermath.
After returning home that night, I stayed in Havelock and Port Blair for the last couple days. The Andamans had treated me well, but it would be another 3 months before my next excursion. Which is where I'd see in plain sight the indigenous Jarowa tribe.
Okay.
Attempt 2.
This was posted 12 days ago, by the way.
At landing on the last island. The adventure proved to be easier said than done, though last time I made it into view of the island, my second excursion would be less successful.
No, he's not going to be religious. This is not a religious thing. He just is doing it for the spirit of adventure because he's a prick and clout. I don't fucking know. Again, all of this, and he's got 8,000 subs. 39K views. Entitlement. I also think I think this dude also, it's one of those things as well. I think he thinks, thank you King C for subscribing, you won the Swell Grand Prix, you ate the poison, we don't have the flag, we have Mau Mau. If, let's say that this went well, let's say that he got to the island and the North Sentinel people were there, even 2, and they took that Diet Coke and he got a video of them drinking that Diet Coke. He would be putting that video everywhere. See, we can make contact. Nothing bad happened. These guys didn't spontaneously burst into flames at my very presence. Drinking a Diet Coke didn't kill them. Ha 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 ha. Who fucking knows? I'm sure he would have been Mr. High and Mighty. You can't prove that anything bad happened to those dudes after I was there, And it's insane. This is the entitlement here is driving me insane.
But how does one plan for an adventure like this? John Allen Chow, with the assistance of some sympathetic local Christians, found some fishermen that would take him. And in official documents I secretly obtained during my time in the Andamans, the details are eye-opening. Pages and pages of never-before-seen details on the case that captivated the world.
A lot of these we do have.
Including the very location he was buried after having been murdered by the Sentinelese. But I had a more unconventional plan. To avoid the risk of
at least you know you're an idiot.
Alerting authorities by putting out feelers to boat owners, I would bring my own watercraft from the US, a 7.5-foot inflatable.
US dollars go further in India than here. He's American. He's got American dollars. Sometimes that is the answer. Like even the fine, I think it was 60,000 rupees or something insane that he got charged fine for all of this. That's about $166, I believe, was the conversion I saw. So, yeah.
Double dinghy.
Again, I think he had another fucking channel, because I'm telling you, Omen, this fucking dude is the guy that, like, God, hold on. YouTuber asking for help being after, I think it was this fucking dude, after being detained by Taliban. Or was it ISIS? Okay, according to AI, for international content, several foreign vloggers, including British YouTuber Miles Rutledge, and American YouTuber Mikhailo Palikov, which is him, have traveled to Taliban-controlled Afghanistan and face detention or imprisonment. Do we have links? Danger tourist. Let me see. Hang on. I'm just trying to find out if this is him. Thank you for the hype train. Tatsu, you won the Swell Grand Prix. Thank you for subscribing. You ate the poison. Okay, not him. Okay, this is from April, a year ago. Thank you. Sorry, 1 second. King C, thank you for the 100 bits. You ate the poison. Sorry, I'm trying to just get... Let me just search by his name on here. You're 24. Why can't you be at the club like a normal person? Tatsu, thank you for the gifted sub. You won the Swell Grand Prix. You ate the poison. We're watching this video, but I'm trying to figure out if this is the guy that I think it is. Thank you. Kuna, thank you for the gift sub. You ate the poison. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I'm just trying to... See, everything is about North Sentinel Island. I swear he did other shit before this. I mean, there's videos of him with the Taliban on his channel.
Powered by a 2.5 horsepower outboard motor. Meanwhile, back home, I practiced extensively on the lakes in my area, measuring speed and fuel burn under different conditions. But airport security refused my outboard motor, claiming the fuel tank hadn't been sufficiently cleaned out. So I arrived in the Andamans back in square one. I took to the streets to search for a way forward.
He absolutely would have gone to the Titanic so massively.
Unfortunately, having a plan is not always enough. The only place that could get me an outboard motor that met my narrow requirements had to custom order from Maine, which entailed a substantial amount of money and a 15-day wait. So I spent the next several days enjoying Port Blair, but with my mission constantly lingering in the back of my mind. It's a strange thing to be waiting for something illegal on an island built on punishment. I visited cellular jail, where Indian dissidents condemned by the British colonial authorities were sent to disappear.
Sorry, I thought he was saying the Sentinelese Island was built on punishment, and I was like, no.
Men who had crossed a line and found themselves at the edge of the world. I took a boat out to Ross Island, where the ruins of Empire are being slowly reclaimed by the forest.
Oh, look at their horns. Wait, that's so sick. I don't think I've ever seen horns that big on an animal like that.
Right now I'm in the ruin.
I want to go to there.
This is the coastal battery on
You
Ross.
can't just be exploring this shit. This is cool. You can't just spend time exploring this. No, you gotta go to the island.
These are the British would have been fending off the Japanese invasion.
Okay, his hair is not the same length as in that other video.
At North Bay, tourists floated above coral reefs, a mere stone's throw from the most.
His hair is much shorter in that video than in the video of when he goes to the actual island. No. The video of him on the island, his hair is way longer and blonder. Okay.
Most isolated tribe on Earth.
Can you please take us
Yes,
one photograph?
Two completely different worlds, separated by a line no one is allowed to cross. Further north, I joined a convoy up the Wild Andaman Trunk Road. With impenetrable jungle on either side and through protected land, I caught only glimpses of a people who are forbidden from being filmed. Throughout the long drive, Jarwa tribesmen would emerge from the jungle. An older man in traditional dress, coated in white paint. A woman in a faded gown. A teenage boy in a Western-style t-shirt, yet still marked by tradition, his face streaked with white paint. They stepped from the trees towards the passing trucks.
He's
hoping to
claiming... No, I know, but he is framing this video as if this is the one where he goes to the island, but this would be like 3 months later, maybe?
Order for alcohol, tobacco, or whatever else the road might offer. At the end, I reluctantly returned home,
There we go.
but not without a
That
plan
tracks.
for a third and final
Why did we
attempt.
do this?
And by March, I was back on the islands,
He
still
gets arrested.
captivated
He gets
by the
arrested in
idea.
April, by the way. He got arrested in April.
This time, I had successfully brought a small 2.5 horsepower 4-stroke Suzuki outboard motor in my check-in luggage.
That's insane.
Paired with my humble inflatable dinghy, this would be just enough to get me to the island. Or die trying.
Alright, I'm gonna cut back when I take an arrow.
After breaking in my brand new motor, I wasn't taking any chances with the TSA this time. Checking into my resort and examining the primary beach and tides, I pulled the trigger around midnight on the morning of March 29th, launching from Cormadera under the cover of darkness.
Look at him.
For the first 6 hours, I navigated through the dark at minimum speed to maximize control and avoid detection. I maintained strict light discipline, doing so in violation of the regulations put forward by both the International Maritime Organization, a UN agency, and the Indian Ministry of Ports, Shipping, and Waterways. Carefully navigating around the bottom.
Tatsu, there's this thing called clout. It's a drug. He's trying to do this under the guise of like adventure, danger tourism, but he's being an asshole about it.
Bobbing white, green, and red lights all around me, I thought I was in the clear. That was until I encountered some Bengali fishermen who were coming back from the open ocean, who had also neglected those same safety measures. Suddenly illuminated by their spotlight, I offered a half-convincing explanation to the non-English speaking crew for the bizarre sighting before them. It worked, and by late morning, I had almost become the first person to go to North Sentinel alone and return alive.
You haven't
But I was still yet
returned.
to return alive. What you're about to see has never been publicly viewed before, and was recovered after being seized by authorities later that same evening.
So right now I'm off the northeast corner of North Sentinel Island.
When I was apprehended for unauthorized entry into a restricted tribal reserve. Before I show you that, I have a few things I want to clarify with respect to spreading illnesses to which the Sentinelese might not be immune.
This is the shit that's gonna piss me off.
Contrary to popular belief, the Sentinelese have been face to face with outsiders many times, possibly even hundreds of times, and yet they remain with us today. Moreover,
We have direct implications of them dying from contact with humans. If the records are to be believed, we have direct records of North Sentinelese people dying within very short time frames of being in contact with humans for prolonged periods. Okay? Now, the first instances, which is the older couple that passed away when the 6 people were taken off the island, 4 of whom were children, I am still under the belief that they low-key killed those people. Okay? But if the record, as it shows, is that they died from illness very quickly, which is why they brought the children back to the island. Once the old people passed, they acknowledge, I feel all we have done is further make it so that they don't trust outsiders. That is the record. That is what we have. They witnessed these people taking them from the island, abducting them with guns, and then two of their elders, probably the parents of at least one of the children, okay? Because at least the parents and one child was with them. We have to assume that was probably their children, because we don't have the language to communicate, okay? They witnessed that, and they witnessed, oh, these people are here, and these elders, these adults died. There was contact, there was direct contact, but there were also safety measures in place, okay? There were multiple trades made between anthropologists and cultural exchange attempted in, I believe, the 70s or 80s on multiple occasions. On some instances, those attempts were met with violence, and they shot arrows at them. There's videos of this where landfall was not made, okay? So, like, there is record, yes, of person-to-person contact, but without monitoring, we have to assume that they did in fact pass away. Did it wipe out the entire population? No. But that doesn't mean that it didn't cause severe death and sickness from making contact, because we have no way of checking. We have no way of monitoring. We have no way of doing a census of the fucking island, okay? We have no way of doing that. The trees are very dense from above. There are parts of it where we can see the Sentinelese people on the ground in certain clearings. But for the most part now, when people have made landfall, historically there's been multiple times where they've made landfall, and the Sentinelese people hid. Like, they found their huts, they found their things that they had built, they found their items, but they never found them. Now, it's not like these things and it's not like these things were in disrepair, so it's not like they died out. They didn't find bones or anything like that. They were, in fact, hiding. So yes, there have been times where contact has been made, and those people are still here. It doesn't mean we fucking push it, and it doesn't mean we let fuck-ass YouTubers, myself included, just go to the island willy-nilly with an illegal fucking boat motor. What are we talking about? That you just smuggle into the country? What are we doing? God, fuck. We somehow still have Native Americans here today. Despite Americans, okay, like the fucking colonizers, I'll fucking use the word colonizer. Colonizers' best attempts to wipe them the fuck out. I'm currently reading Braiding Sweetgrass. Fuck. You know, like, there's multiple instances where where this woman who's writing this book is talking about her grandfather, like, literally being stripped of language, being stripped of his identity and his family, away from his family to be sent to the residential schools. Like, just baffling shit. So thank you for following, Kat. So yeah, I don't like this holier than thou. You know, we've made contact and they're still with us. Fuck off. God.
My visit was objectively safer than the Indian anthropological
You're a fucking idiot.
missions of the late 20th century, for instance.
No, it's not. Did you take your temperature before getting on that fuck-ass boat? Did you quarantine at all? You brought a Diet fucking Coke. So you're full of shit. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
My visit was one-off, shorter, less invasive, and I didn't even make contact with the tribals. And if this was a genuine concern, the police wouldn't have taken me there a second time. The biggest threat to isolated tribal groups remains respiratory illness, like the flu or measles, both of which I'm vaccinated against. Regardless, all of this is ultimately irrelevant, because I never intended to meet them up close.
Fucking
And I never
COVID.
did. To my knowledge, there is no disease that can be transmitted by simply looking at someone. A strict no-contact policy towards isolated tribal groups remains a minority position among academic anthropologists studying these people. Please defer to those with subject matter expertise and not bots on the internet.
I am a bot. A bot that thinks you're a fucking idiot. God, I hate him. I hate him so much. Hold on one second.
What you're seeing right there is North Sentinel Island. I would say something witty right now, but this is a strong contender for long.
He also like it's several. It's the exclusion zone is not just for the Sentinelese people's safety. It is also for this dumb fuck's safety. What's your plan with an arrow? What's your plan? Your fuck ass life jacket that I don't even think is a solid life jacket. What's your plan? You forgot there were sharks in the water. Did you remember they have arrows and that's all they do is hunt and shit? You know? I think their aim's pretty solid if they want to hit you, dude.
Longest day of my life, so I'm gonna spare the words for now. So this is the northeast corner. And then down there, southeast corner.
Did he claim the police brought him back to the island? He's not just stupid, that's the worst part. He's 100% knows he did wrong, doesn't care, and is knowing. Like I actually, this is driving me insane.
You can see Constance Island. So the goal, introduce this Paleolithic tribe to modernity and history. By giving them this Diet Coke, I will move them ahead.
I kind of want to beat his ass. The way their body doesn't even process the chemicals in a Diet Coke. Like guys, this is like giving raw milk to a city slicker. Like it's the same shit. Like it's the same shit. Why would you do this? I actually can't fucking stand him. No bed kit, bottle water, like any food just in case. Yeah, what if he gets stranded? So there is a ship, there is an so they do have iron. Okay, they do have some metal bits on the island because a ship, I believe during World War II, yes, no? A ship ran aground and got stuck, and they did in fact shoot arrows at the people on the boat. If you look at overhead views, the boat is still there. The husks of the boat, they have in fact harvested metal and bits from the ship. So there are bits that they have seen, obviously, that they have made use of, including turning them into arrowheads. So again, it's the, oh no, cursed videos and a guy out at sea. This bodes well. Sparkly, this is that dumb fuck that brought a Diet Coke to the North Sentinel Island. I hate him. He's being a prick about it. Every time he talks, it's me. Defend the parks. I got this at Outside Days chat. The back is sick. Hold on. This thing was on pre-order. Which I didn't want it when it was on pre-order, but then when I got there, they had it, and there I was like, oh, it looks sick. So I had to get it. Look at the back. The back is so fucking cool. Look at the bear. Look at the bear. It's so cool. It's a bear. I really like the like golden, like yellow. It's kind of, it looks so good. So I finally own camo print. I have not owned camo print since I was like 12. And it says defend the parks. Also, this is a large. The medium fit, but I wanted it to be oversized.
10,000 years.
In case it
30,000 more likely. I'm gonna have
This
some
is from
food
Parks
and
Project,
then
by the way.
I'll check back in, but yeah, this is North Sentinel Island. Oh yeah, and just so you know, I'm not bullshitting you.
Anonymous gifter, thank you for gifting 1 sub to Sparkly Kiss. Sparkly, thank you. You ate the poison. If we don't have a flag. Again, I hate this dude.
Look at that.
I don't doubt that you're there. I hate that you're fucking there. Also, that's
It's been a minute
screenshot.
since anyone's been here, but I'm gonna assess the state of affairs, check in, say what's up, give him a Diet Coke.
I think this is water. I hate this.
End history.
I hate this. End history. He does not see. This is the thing. The anthropological side of this, which is what he is using to argue all of this shit, is it's bullshit because he doesn't believe it. Okay, he's full of shit. Now, because people have probably reached out to him defending it, but this is the video he took going there. Everything else, the voiceovers, that car video, that's all filmed after he was arrested. Okay, and so now I'm sure there's been anthropologists that have reached out to him that are like, oh, here's what you should have done instead. And so he's using that as like, let's talk about this instead. But he is fully going to end history. That is not an anthropological goal. Ending history? What? They're not living in history. They are not living in, they are living in their modern times. They may have, ancient methods to us, but to them, this is their life. This is their modern living. So the approach would be, I want to understand them. I want to understand their culture. I want to see how they are living and surviving on this island for thousands of years, largely on their own, untouched. I want to end history and bring them into modernity. Let's go fuck yourself, okay? It's pretty damn racist and colonialist. Yep. I hate him.
All in one day.
I hate him.
But before I do get closer, I'm gonna do a light binocular reconnaissance. I don't want to be too reckless here. That's not my MO. We do things as carefully as possible here on this channel.
Oh, is that what's
look
happening?
How far I am from these cannibal tribes. That's called risk management right there. I just had my...
They're not cannibals. We're just racist now. There's been seemingly nothing to indicate that they are cannibals. They didn't eat the other man. I believe there's been beliefs that they have eaten some of their own, but that could be part of their burial rites, which you would think that if you had any form of anthropological background. I hate this shit.
My well-deserved lunch, and after a brief
Well, because that's the thing, Omen. This is how he actually feels. The framing is what he has had a year to come up with while he's been dealing with a legal battle and probably has talked to a lawyer.
Ocular reconnaissance, I got...
But he can't change what he said on camera.
If you ever watched Plain
at the time.
Soleil, I'm just like when Elaine Delon gets stranded in the dinghy, like the yacht's dinghy. If you remember that part.
What is the relevance?
He's me. He's literally me.
I hate you.
I'm baking. If you ever read Robinson Crusoe, he's also me. Literally me. He is me and I am him.
Literally me. He hasn't even done the thing yet. The pursuit of the thing, this dumb fuck thing that has routinely been told to him to not fucking do. He's like, yeah, no. I'm this guy. I'm this famous artwork, this famous story, this famous person. That's literally me.
All right, without further ado, let's land on this bitch. First.
See, like, this is the thing. This is who he is. What he filmed a year ago when he was actually doing the shit he is in trouble for. This is his reality. And now he has learned all this new stuff to justify his shit. He's not, if he was actually like listening to anything, all this new information he would take in, he could be like sympathetic of, here is what I violated, here is why, here is where I was wrong, but here is my belief of why we should not have an exclusion zone. Like, I would even accept him being like, here's everything I learned since I did this illegal shit. Here is why I don't think it should be illegal. I would understand that. But he's not acknowledging that he did something fucking illegal past acknowledging that it's illegal for the sake of clout. Like, he's not acknowledging why and taking the concerns seriously, and it's pissing me off.
Landing on the northeast corner right now. Test out the waters. I mean, I can't detect any natives at the moment, but they...
I'm sorry, just the wording. Natives. I just...
They could be hiding. I'm going to have to play this very carefully. But if this one works out, I might check out a few other sites along this island. There's also the wreck of the MV Primrose, which
The
is
Primrose and the Eye is the boat that sank.
a merchantman that ran aground in the 80s. And the crew, they got attacked by the natives.
And that's not sending up red flags to you? That's not... No? That's not... On your fuck-ass little boat with your illegal motor that you brought into the country in your checked luggage?
They had to be evacuated by helicopter. But we'll see how this first landing goes. I don't want to push my luck. What I'm doing right now is already...
No shit.
You get the point. I'm not trying to
So fucking stupid.
die out here,
Then stop!
but I'll try and do what I can. You know, I do this for you guys.
He has 8,000 followers now. Subscribers, by the way. North Sentinel Island, Evil Petty Mike. He's pissing me off.
Me going towards the beach.
This is the guy that brought a Diet Coke and left it on North Sentinel Island. I'm curious if he's going to include the fucking whistle bit. Because multiple reports said that one of the reasons they were able to find him was because someone heard his whistle. He was outside the island, outside the forest, blowing a whistle, trying to get them to come out.
Just so you don't think I'm gonna do some sneaky editing and film from some other beach that's not populated
I'm begging you to go to a different beach.
by North Sentinelese.
Oh, trust me, he has entitled
Dangerously close
bullshit
to the
of that
coast
as
right
well.
now. But I got this thing can get pretty nippy. I just have to twist the handle and I can absolutely rip it out of here. So that's my one insurance policy.
Oh, please.
If the engine goes down, I'm cooked, regrettably. But I trust the Japanese engineering. It is absolutely gorgeous here. If you want to get away,
It is
it's
beautiful.
kind of a little out there. I definitely recommend North Sentinel. Just
If you truly believed in the anthropological excursion you were doing, you would not be encouraging. I don't care if it's a joke. You like, I hate this shit. I hate this so much. He's talking like he's an excerpt of an 1850s logbook used to teach kids about colonialism.
from initial impressions.
It's just wild.
One thing that's worth noting is
I hate this.
most expeditions to the to North Sentinel, both legal and illegal, haven't made contact with the natives. Often they either don't know.
And yet, earlier in this video, he says, hey, we've made contact bunches of times, hundreds of times, and they've all lived. They're still with us. Yet you here acknowledge that they hide from fucking people trying to do excursions and make contact. Did you not watch your video through? Do you not hear yourself? What are we talking about?
Notice the approach, like of the landing party, or they're scared, they hide in the jungle.
Maybe because, and historically, when they've made contact, straight up white people have abducted them and, to their knowledge, killed them. I wonder why they hide from white people, or people in general.
So it's very possible I might not
Yes,
get
it's
any
Sentinel. I hate him.
any natives on camera for you, but
Natives, again, stop. I'm gonna...
I'll do my best. The adrenaline right now, it's a different octane. It's certainly a different octane, I'll say that. It
Octane.
is absolutely gorgeous here.
The following is the latest publicly available documentation of the notorious North Sentinel Island. At around 10 a.m., I landed approximately here, a completely undisturbed shoreline, The flora was dense, populated with low-growing coastal shrubs and no tall coconut plantations or human-altered vegetation. But from above, we could examine many fascinating geological features. A small lagoon lays just over the bush line, and further inland what appears to be a man-made path which circumnavigates the island. Following this south, you'll arrive at a small structure, likely a lean-to, purposed for storage and rest. The Sentinelese are understood to live.
I don't like that you're making assumptions on shit that, or making assumptions based on what I'm assuming are other people's findings that you're just claiming.
Inland, and although I tried to capture their attention, it was not my intention
Capture their attention. He was blowing a whistle.
to arrive face to face with the Sentinelese on the island.
You totally were.
In
You yourself acknowledge that.
2018, John Allen Chow had made that mistake. As to not succumb to the same fate, on this deserted beach I remained. What I found is that this isn't the unspoiled Eden many assume.
It's not about being
At the sea
unspoiled.
edge, you can see a myriad of waste, evidence of the modern world drifting in from the Bay of Bengal.
That
In recent
doesn't
footage
mean...
I reviewed in circumstances I cannot disclose, the Sentinelese were seen putting plastic waste to use as containers for water.
That doesn't mean we just give them more. They're foraging. They're finding items and making use for them. Like, what are we talking about?
Waste that has informed them of our customs.
It has not informed us of no! Our customs.
But this was nothing more than our human waste. Plastic bottles, caps, a glove, fishing line, and lids, all within a 3-meter radius of where I landed. Our consumer society has made
Because of currents. There's not even footprints where he's at.
contact, even if we never intended to. And little did I know, this modern life was much closer to me than I could have ever imagined.
We are beached.
I actually can't fucking stand you. So that was from 12 days ago. I actually can't stand you. Part 3 is not coming out, LOL. So he just got confirmed. He was ordered 12 days in prison, which I believe he already served. And then his fine was the equivalent of like 161 US dollars. And again, these are all, like, the voiceover is recorded now, a year later, because this footage was seized by the government. And also, I think he deleted the other video, which is him literally taking a Coke and leaving it. I don't know if in the other video he posted the video. There was video posted of him going to the island and leaving the Coke. That footage is out there. It's going to do this shit again, 100%. Only costs $100 to go there. Yep, hate it. The best part is that through all of this, he still put so little effort into his channel that even the merch is AI generated. Bro's got main character syndrome. You call them cannibals with no evidence. I never intended to meet them up close, then immediately talks about planning to meet them and give them a Diet Coke. The arrogance and idiocy is wild. Because again, he now has a year from this footage, but he can't change what he said on that fucking video. What's in the video is how he actually feels. Calling them natives, calling them cannibals. I want to bring them into modernity. We're going to end history. I'm this guy. I'm Mr. Explorer. That's what he believes. Everything else is what he is trying to dress this up as to make it seem less fucking bad, truly. Dude, you are not Robinson Crusoe. Supposedly, there is a rumor that 3 fishermen got stranded on the island in 2023 and they have not been seen since. And yet. So this guy really took the idea of being a colonizer to heart. God, I can't. All right. We've got Real Horror Talk posted a video 4 hours ago. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, I was fixing my shorts and I don't trust y'all.
1st of 2022, a 17-year-old named Mackenzie Sharilla was driving her boyfriend.
So Mackenzie Sharilla, it's gonna go into detail. She was driving a car. She has been convicted. She's in jail. It is believed that she purposely crashed into a wall and it killed her boyfriend and his friend. She was also injured in the crash, but she survived. So there was a Netflix series that just came out called The Crash. I'm assuming that's where this footage is being discussed from. But yeah.
And Dominique Rousseau and his friend Davion Flanagan. This is when, at 5:30 in the morning, Mackenzie sped up the car to 100 miles an hour and ran into a brick wall, killing Dominique and Davion on impact. Surprisingly, Mackenzie survived and was rushed to the hospital, claiming she had a medical episode which caused her to speed up the car. However, investigators began to go through her phone records and text messages and even the surveillance footage of that night, and it began to paint a different picture, because you can see as she casually uses the blinker to make that final turn, and just seconds later the camera would catch the car speeding by for just a few frames before crashing off camera. After 3 months of investigations, the police would end up arresting the now 18-year-old Mackenzie. The entire arrest was then caught on body cam. Here's part of that encounter. Take a look.
The belief is, because that's 5:30 a.m. for those who don't know, they were spending the night at someone's house. They got up and left at 5:30 a.m. The implication is that Dom was not in bed with her where he said she was going to be, whatever. Regardless, seemingly he was done. He was breaking up with her. They had a fight, whatever. And she forcibly accelerated into the wall. And some people have looked at the footage and been like, there's nothing to indicate that she, like, her foot went, like she had a medical episode and like her foot went numb or anything like that. That would answer, like, the way that it happened, just the medical episode does not make sense, which is one of the reasons she is currently in jail. Yes, she did not think she was going to survive the crash, is the implication, is what some people believe. There's also evidence that she had driven the same area by herself a few days before this happened. So there's a couple of things. I recommend checking out the documentary, The Crash. There's another one on Hulu. I don't remember the name of it. I think it's called Mean Girls, and it's like one of the episodes. But she does not seem at all sorry in the doc whatsoever.
Hi, Mackenzie. Step out for me. I'm Detective Jesus. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it. Do you want my glasses? I do. I'll do it once. Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you.
She was, I believe, 18.
Now this has become a national story, mostly because Netflix made a documentary about it called The Crash, and Mackenzie, alongside of her parents, have received a lot of negative attention for it. But perhaps the most disturbing part is that many viewers of that body cam footage claim to hear a voice in the background, and the officer seems to even respond to it.
Okay.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
Okay.
Oh, please. I thought that the clip they were going to use, there are some people who believe on, I believe, one of the security cameras that got the crash itself, okay? I believe one of them is audio, and there are some people that believe you can hear Dom or Damien, one of them saying, "Mackenzie, stop," is what some people believe you can hear. I don't think that's actually out there. I don't know if that's actually been heard or anything like that, but that's what I thought they were going to go with this. Not this.
Okay.
Ultimately, in August of 2023, a judge found her guilty on 12 felony charges,
Jesus.
including 4 counts of murder, and specifically pointed to the surveillance footage, proving that she did this intentionally. The judge added, saying, "This is the type of evidence you can never unsee. She had a mission, and she executed it with precision, and the mission was death. She's currently serving 15 years to life and will be eligible for parole when she's 36 years old. But it seems that even in jail, she likes the newfound attention that the documentary has given her, and she even has a lot of fans advocating for her release. But I'm curious, what did you think about that audio?"
Okay.
It sounds like a totally different audio file.
On April 27th of 2026, a user named Rosemary posted dashcam footage of one of the most disturbing road rage incidents I've seen, and it all begins when a red Tesla cuts her off in the middle of the road and points a gun at her. This would only be the beginning, because it would lead to a high-speed chase, reaching speeds of over 90 miles per hour on the streets of Las Vegas. And the Tesla would ignore all traffic laws in an attempt to get her out of the car. Take a look.
Go!
I hate this.
Yeah, go ahead. I ain't stupid enough to follow you, ho.
Girl, change lanes. Change lanes and get away from them. Girl, drive away!
911,
It's a Tesla!
Police.
What's the
Girl,
address of the
drive, fuck.
I just got off of the Cheyenne exit of the 15, and I am turning down 5th Street.
Unfortunately, if a defendant convict is pretty, there will be people advocating for their release, regardless of what they did. Remember I think they called him the Deadpool killer, and women on TikTok were like, "Oh my God, he's so hot," and what he was on trial for was, I believe, stabbing a woman and trying to run her over with his car. Oh my God, I'm writing about him. He's so hot. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not shocked there's people advocating for her release. People have the attention spans of an avocado.
There is a red Tesla following me. She threatened me with her gun.
There was someone in a red Tesla following you off of the freeway?
Yes.
And they had a gun?
Yes.
Okay. And did he point the gun at you, or did he just...
Wait, do you have a gun too?
She pointed the gun at me, and she just threw something at my car, and I also want to let you know that I am armed as well.
Okay.
Okay, are you still driving westbound on Cheyenne? What road are you crossing?
Change roads. Go this way. Double back.
5th going north.
You said you're going northbound on 5th now?
Yes.
They're getting out of the car. I don't like this. I hate this. Girl! Girl!
The Tesla stops once again in the middle of the road, and the passenger begins to get out of the
Zoom.
car.
I don't know why I'm so sorry. I don't know why we're playing chicken with the road. There's no other cars. Zoom it. Floor it. You've already reported I would report what car you're driving.
Mary notices this and takes it as an opportunity to get away. They then reverse the car towards her, but she makes a narrow escape. But they were not done chasing her just yet.
She should have taken that corner and made another turn as quickly as she possibly could before they could back up and get. That would have just. If she had made that immediate right, she would have had options because it would have taken them a second to either pop a UE or back up and go back down that way. She should have made that right.
I'm passing Goldfield.
Okay.
Coming up on Commerce. Coming up on Commerce.
Okay. I need you to go southbound on Commerce for me.
Southbound?
Oh, fuck.
Towards the strip, yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Girl, cut through the gas station.
Go southbound. I'm gonna guide you down to our station at Las Vegas Boulevard in the Civic Center.
Great.
We do have officers driving to you. It's just to get you to our station to be safe.
Yeah, fuck a light. Fuck a light. Fuck a light. Fuck a light. Just go.
She's gonna try to make me stop.
Girl!
Are they still behind you?
No, they're in front of me now.
Stop slowing down!
Alright, you said a left on Cary, right?
Oh.
Yes, ma'am, a left on Cary.
Shit. Girl.
The entire encounter lasts over 10 minutes, but after driving for miles and narrowly missing oncoming traffic, she eventually spots Las Vegas PD. The original video would garner over 20 million views, and the local news station would reach out for comment.
I have an 8-year-old child at home who I just kept thinking I have to make it back home to her. So my biggest thing is that I'm there for my child 100% of the time. There is nothing in her life that I miss, and I'm definitely not gonna miss things in her life due to someone's road rage.
And police say if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, do not engage with the other driver, maintain a safe distance and avoid eye contact, and call 911 as soon as it's safe to do so.
Yeah, do not drive home. Never drive home in these instances.
Drive home, as that could place you and others at risk. Tom?
As far as the assailants, they were never found. Mostly
we have their fucking car. No one's trying. No one wants to do anything these days. No one wants to work anymore. No one wants to work these days, okay? And I know they have their license plate. We have the make and model of the car. What the fuck are we talking about? But if I run a red light, they sure as shit know how to get me a ticket. Like, what are we talking about?
Because the Tesla had a paper plate, and the numbers on their plate were likely fake. However,
likely? No, they're not. That's not how that works. If you if it's a paper plate, they do this on purpose now. You are assigned that car, that license plate is registered to that car. What dealership sold that car? They will have record of who bought that car. It's a place to start. What do we talk? That's likely fake. Bullshit.
the police are actively investigating.
Bullshit.
But let me know. What do you think?
You're full of shit.
At 5 a.m. on February 27th, a man enters Davis Station, just outside of Boston. His name was Stephen McCluskey, and he was a 40-year-old father of two. However, just as he was about to step off of the escalator, he slipped, and he begins to panic because this escalator had caught his jacket, pinning him to the ground.
Oh God.
And perhaps the most frustrating—
Oh my God, I've seen this video. Wait, this is the one where no one fucking helps him. Oh God. Oh my God, that's right, I've seen this. All these people walk by him and no one helps him. I hate this video. I hate this fucking video. No one helps him. I hate this video.
Part of this case is that a man almost immediately sees what happens and goes to render some aid. And it's quite obvious that at this point, Stephen can't get up on his own and his clothes begin choking him. The bystander can then be seen slowly walking up to him and attempts to pull him up to his feet. But for whatever reason, he doesn't think to hit the emergency stop button. And after a few more moments, he walks away.
He walks away. Just walks away. Just walks away. Can't be fucking bothered. I hate
Over
this
the
video.
course of the next 20 minutes,
I hate this.
Stephen would lie there, and more than a dozen bystanders
He died,
would
by
walk
the way.
past him. Most of
Suffocates.
whom would see Stephen from the top of the escalator and decide to take the stairs.
I hate this.
But when reaching the bottom, they would do little to nothing to help him. And if just one of them had thought to hit the emergency stop button, he might have stood a chance. An employee of Davis Station would eventually come and hit the stop button, almost exactly 22 minutes
I hate this.
after Stephen fell,
I hate
at which
this.
point they were able to free him and he was rushed to the hospital. Unfortunately, 10 days later, he would succumb to his injuries.
I fucking hate this.
His sister would later tell news reporters that it left her with a lack of faith in humanity.
Yeah.
Psychologists have studied this for more than 50 years and have named it the bystander effect. And essentially, it all comes down to this. The more people to witness
Girl,
an
what the
emergency,
fuck is this video?
the
Holy
less
shit.
likely any one of them is to act on it.
No, fuck this. I'm doing some shit.
It's essentially a diffusion of responsibility, because in a crowd, responsibility doesn't add up, it divides itself. So if a group
Why were you sit? This is why you don't sit on a fucking escalator, by the way.
of a dozen people see someone that needs help, they assume the other 11 will take care of it.
I hate people.
So no one does. Stephen's case is still under investigation, but it's a grim reminder of just how deadly escalators can be. Back in December of 2025, a user based in Mexico would post a video that would go viral after finding a discarded camera at a local market with a red sticky substance on it. But since he had a background in restoration, he began to clean it and remove the residue. He would eventually get it working again and begin testing it out, but almost immediately,
A background in restoration. The thing doesn't. It's dirty. It's not broken.
he noticed his dog Tuco began acting very strange.
A Tuco no le gusta la cámara.
Ven, Tuco, ven. Tuco, ven.
Dead ass, because it's an older camera, it could be the laser implement in the light. Dead ass. The dog could not like that. It's like the Mexican fender, you won the swell. Fuck, you won the swell Grand Prix with the prime boost. You ate the poison. Ba, 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 ba.
Ven, mira, Tuco. Una
It
foto,
could be
Tuco.
it could be the laser in the light. Like it could be several things.
No. Mira, Tuco.
Yeah, I've seen the video of the mom getting eaten by the escalator. It's fucking scary. She threw her daughter to safety just barely, and then immediately got sucked in.
No, Tuco. Tuco.
This is Mao Mao. She is a poison taster in an anime. The Apothecary Diaries. She's an apothecary. She likes poison. So, you ate the poison, because Mao Mao ate the poison, and I don't have the flag up here. So we waved the Mao Mao. So you ate the poison.
Now, even though he was a bit creeped out, he was glad to see the camera still worked. In addition, the SD card worked as well, and he was able to pull up the photos from the previous owners. And at first, it would look like a completely normal family. But that's when the story takes a darker turn. Because not only did the family appear to live in America, the last folder on the SD card was the most disturbing.
Parece que viven en Estados Unidos.
What is the indication they live in the United States? Location?
Todo
Sure.
se ve muy normal.
Could just be they were on a trip. Could be a rental. Visiting family.
Esta foto me sacó un susto.
I don't
La
like that.
siguiente carpeta son las fotos que yo tomé.
Okay. Doggy. Okay.
Última carpeta.
Okay.
Parece ser su casa de noche. Todo está muy desordenado.
Oh, that's a ransacked house.
Es
Oh.
obvio lo que está regado en el suelo.
Oh. Oh. Is this blurred out on purpose?
Realmente no sé qué opinar.
What?
La última foto.
Now, I mentioned previously that he posted this update on December 18th.
What?
Because he continued to post updates about the camera and his dog up until the 28th of December. But on the last update, he posted a short clip, and it simply read, "Sorry for my absence. Due to the holidays, I left my city for a few days. See you again on January 1st. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year." But it didn't take long for his new followers to adjust the settings of the video, and they swear you can see a face in the background.
Okay.
But before we move any further, let's just have a quick recap. This man found an old discarded camera at a local market and restores it, and immediately his dog is alarmed. The SD card was restored as well and showed a normal American family. But it wasn't until he searched the final folder on that SD card that he found what looks to be some sort of crime scene. His channel would then go dark back in December with an odd message, and his channel would remain dormant for 6 more months. That is until just last week, he posted more cryptic photos. And this is the first one. And it looks like a man laying down in a dark room with a strange Turkic language on the screen that reads, "Help me." The following post would simply read, "What is your name?" followed by, "What use is all of this to you?"
Okay,
and the
so
final
this is an
one would
ARG.
read, "Look for me, but you won't see me. Let it go already." And what looked like to me a phone number, but after trying everything, I could never get it
That's
to work.
not enough
And that's
digits for a
essentially
phone number, I
where
don't
the
think.
story ends. But it's unclear whether any of this is real or possibly some sort of ARG. However, after looking back at the final photos, they look completely authentic, which leaves me with more questions than answers. But if you have any of your own ideas, definitely let me know down in the comments.
God.
Now, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching.
All right.
And consider
Wilderness Whispers desert videos. Wop, wop, wop,
Groovy
wop.
Gavin is a YouTuber that's somewhat like a real-life
Groovy Gavin. I investigated the lizard man. Could the Loch Ness Monster actually exist? New evidence. Okay, so this is my dream channel. I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all. I would love to just go and investigate urban legends. I would love that. Globally, that'd be very fun for me. I would very much enjoy doing that.
Scooby-Doo, as he even mentions in his channel description. What he actually does is go to places known for strange or tragic events, tests conspiracy theories, and
My tagline would not be Scooby-Doo in real life. My tagline would be Courage the Cowardly Dog if he ate.
investigates local legends. And honestly, he does it really well because he actually goes to these locations himself instead of just talking about them.
Mood.
You might look at his channel and think,
Sting
yeah,
Operational Bloody
he's
Mary,
just
you're
into
so right.
paranormal stuff. But it's not really like that. His titles might say things like Investigated Skinwalker Ranch, but that doesn't mean he's expecting to find anything supernatural. He's just exploring the stories behind these
I was told I needed a better intro, so I added Professionally Curious. I wanted to do Professionally Nosy, but someone said that sounded bad.
places. Now, I think
But
a
I've
lot
always
of
said
you
I'm
already
professionally
know
curious in
him.
other
But in this
contexts.
particular video, he was covering the missing 411 theory. If you don't know what that is, it basically suggests that a high number of unexplained disappearances in North American wilderness areas are not random. In the video, Gavin goes through several of these cases, visits the locations where they happened, and talks about the details.
Okay, that's a child who survived in the woods for by himself for like 72 hours. So I don't think we need to use that photo of that child.
But eventually, he brings up the story of a man named Kenny Veach. Many of you have probably heard of him, but if not, long story short, Kenny Veach was a seasoned hiker from Nevada who, in 2014,
Oh, is he the one that found the cave and then decided he was going to go back and said, I'm going to go find this M-shaped cave again, and then he was never found again? I believe his girlfriend has talked about, if it is that person, he did go missing. He has not been found, and I believe his girlfriend had reported that he was struggling with mental health, and that he had made attempts in the past. So, not saying that he didn't want to go and explore. There's also the possibility that he did not want to be found.
posted on a hiking forum claiming he had found a strange cave entrance shaped like a perfect M near Nellis Air Force Base. He said that as he got closer, he started feeling an overwhelming vibration and sense of dread, which eventually forced him to turn back. After people online challenged his story, he went back to find it again and never returned. His phone and belongings were later found near an abandoned mine shaft. Whether he fell, got lost, or something else happened, no one knows for sure. The cave itself has never been found, and neither has he. A lot of you have actually asked me to cover Missing 411 at some point, so maybe I'll eventually make a video about it and go deeper into this case too. In the video, Gavin goes to the area where Kenny disappeared, and he also searches for the cave himself.
Just spooked me out of all the caves I've ever gone in. This one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt.
In his final upload, Kenny said he would venture back out to explore the M Cave, but he never returned, vanishing off the face of the earth. And now we're going to that very cave.
Who's really out here doing this?
I actually was thinking about that. Like, I guess he's just hiking for fun, but dude, this is such like a weird place to be hiking.
Some of you may know I made a video on the M Cave last year, but just like so many others that have posted about his disappearance, I didn't find it. However, in my hunt for the M Cave last time, I did discover in the distance a cave exactly like how Kenny described, and where he went missing. This cave we're going to by far matches best with Kenny's description, and to my knowledge has never been shown on the internet. Though Kenny disappeared with no trace 12 years ago, there was one report of a man caught on security camera footage at a store called the Enchanted Forest a few years ago who matched Kenny's description. Out of all the valuable items in the store, strangely the man had went behind the counter and stole an iPad. Interestingly, the store is owned by Kenny's sister-in-law.
Gavin and his friend first checked out the store where Kenny was supposedly last seen before disappearing. And after that, they went on their own search to try and find the M Cave Gavin claimed to have discovered. After hiking through the desert for quite a while, climbing through rough terrain and exploring different rocky areas, they eventually came across a cave that looked extremely similar to the one described by Kenny.
Dude, that is the most M-shaped cave. I thought you were capping.
No, dude, it is actually M-shaped. That is pretty M-shaped.
Every other cave in here is literally shaped like just a circle.
This is the first actually M-shaped cave we've seen.
This doesn't even generate in Minecraft.
We just have to figure out how we can
Sorry. This doesn't even generate in Minecraft.
Possibly get up there.
It's right there.
Ethan's a little ant. I could step on him.
My black ass is staying here where it's safe.
Okay, this part might be one of the most sketchy parts.
Oh my.
Are you kidding?
Do you have any gear whatsoever?
Gavin, we're over 100 feet up.
Easily.
What's the plan with descent?
Right above us, but this last part looks genuinely.
Hey guys,
like,
what's the descent
what
plan?
would happen if I fall?
What's the descent plan?
All right.
Y'all are pissing me off, actually. They're in jeans. The fucker's in jeans. Everyone does the dumbest things possible, you know? Ugh.
Holy shit.
What do you see?
It doesn't even go deep. Dude, this is the whole cave. Yeah, it's probably like bats, if I had to guess, in these. Damn, it doesn't even look like there was like a fire. Look at this view, though. My hands are literally shaking. Actually, that doesn't even look like it's shaking. Never mind, I'm not scared at all. Forgot. Holy f***. Oh,
Good. Clean. You're on it.
Whoa.
Now they spent some time climbing all the way up to the cave, doing something extremely dangerous, to be honest, since they could have easily slipped and lost their life just to check it out. But when they finally got inside, it didn't even go very deep. It was smaller than expected, underwhelming considering everything Kenny had described. At that point, they knew this wasn't the cave at all. Or was it? Either way, disappointed, they started heading back down and made their way toward the car. The sun began to set, and it slowly got darker, and that's when things started to feel a bit off.
back and we keep hearing an extremely loud and deep sound from probably miles away.
It's the military.
I think that has to be a military thing.
It sounds like a bomb with a reverb on it.
It almost sounds like a car turning on, but... All right, yeah.
Bro, that's actually weird as...
It's definitely just military testing.
What the f*** is that?
I've never heard anything
That
like
is like
that.
actually one of the top 10 creepiest things I've ever heard.
I'm gonna get this on my phone.
It sounds like a speaker, but there's feedback because they're in a, like, the quarry maybe? Well, not a quarry, but still, sand whales. Oh, that's definitely sound wave testing. Doo doo. Like, it's...
When Kenny was looking for this cave, he described hearing a deep rumbling sound from it. That's exactly how I would describe this.
It's getting louder.
It's coming for us.
Sandworms.
So what happened to Kenny?
It's the
You're probably
worms.
revving the spaceship, bro.
Dude, we're about to see the world's biggest UFO just shoot out of the...
Dude, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised. It's echoing throughout the whole desert, bro.
Okay, what's crazy to me is that it is so irregular. Like, it's not like the same sound every time. It's like ooh, ooh, or like ooh,
And
like ooh, ooh, ooh. Like, it's different.
I wonder if it's at the same time intervals.
It's almost like breathing. Yeah.
That one sounded crazy.
Well, look at these blinking lights in the sky.
Yeah, those are satellites.
See, that one was totally different from the rest.
We've sat in this car for about 30 minutes and it like completely stopped. We didn't find Kenny, we didn't find even a clue. All we did is hear what I would say is the same sound that Kenny described. Logically, I can't understand or explain what it was. There's nothing to relate that sound to that exists.
I mean, dude, there's no animal that makes a sound like that. Like, what, a whale, dude?
Yeah, it actually kind
A whale. Well, I was thinking whale, but I
I
didn't
don't
want
care
to say
what
whale.
you guys think that was, but that was weird as hell. What can even make those sound?
So, whales studying how whales communicate is like a whole subset of like marine technology and marine oceanography and such. So, I mean, it would be very valuable if the military could find a way to, say, disguise submarines use them sounds that are similar to a whale's communication back and forth. I still think military testing.
I'm pretty sure those are aliens. Who's with me? No? No one? Okay. Jokes aside, though, that was really weird, and I've been trying to think of what could realistically make sounds like that, but nothing really comes to mind. There was a comment suggesting it could be military exercises since they live near a base and hear similar sounds sometimes.
Yep.
But I don't know. I've seen a lot of military training videos online and I've never heard anything exactly like that. But maybe that's just what it sounds like from far away.
Yes,
Either way,
because you've heard every single military testing sound effect ever.
it's still creepy as hell to hear that in a place like that, especially because Kenny Veach reportedly heard strange sounds right before he disappeared. And honestly, I've got a theory too. What if the cave Gavin found is actually the same one Kenny was talking about? And while Kenny tried to climb, the ground became unstable and collapsed, burying him under the rocks so nobody ever found him again? You can see how unstable that whole area looks. But yeah, that's just a theory. Let me know if you want me to make a full video on the missing 411. In the end, Gavin and his friend went home, still unsure what those sounds actually were. Tyler and Hannah are a couple that love exploration. They often camp in their Subaru Crosstrek in so many different places, driving all over the country and living their lives at its fullest. If you watch their videos, it will not take much time to realize they put tons of effort into their videos and their quality, as it looks like you're watching a movie. Well, unfortunately, their explorations were not always without incidents or encounters. In this particular video, they were in Moab, camping in a very remote location, where they thought they would be away from all the people and everyday drama. But it turned out they were not. they launched their drone to film the location, which was absolutely beautiful. But in the distance, there was a man, apparently just on a daily walk. That man was so far away that they didn't even think about him. But that man, of course, wanted some attention and came up to them, angry.
Whoa. I don't like that. I don't like
Creeping
that.
on you because you're creeping on me while I'm taking my morning walk. Checking me out. I'm just checking out what you got. What you got here?
Sorry.
Fucking
What?
liberal.
Liberal.
Sir, I'm here with my family.
That's cool. You're creeping on me with your drone. I'm just creeping on you.
No, it's sunrise. I had no idea you were here.
You're out here creeping. I'm out here creeping.
I had no idea.
Do it in person because I'm not a.
I had no idea you were here, sir.
Okay, well. Leave him to his negativity is fucking crazy. Girl. Oh, God. Oh, but like hand-on weapon is good. Girl.
What?
I said you liberal.
It wasn't like a what did you just say to me? It was like a what?
It was so out of pocket, the whole thing, that I couldn't comprehend it. So I'm just like, what? Like it looks
Yeah,
like a
I know.
scripted office. Sorry. What?
I said you liberal.
Okay, a lot happening
I'm
here.
here with my family. I just went into like de-escalation mode.
Yeah.
I really wanted to.
Yeah, at one point I loved it. At one point you even called him sir.
Yeah.
You
Sir?
were like, no, sir, we're just here camping with our family. And I was like, okay, good. Tyler's handling the situation well.
Oh, nothing could have prepared me for opening my door and getting called like right off the rip in the morning. I just didn't see him at all.
He said you were creeping on him, but like it was just him, like he didn't have, it's not like you were flying over his campsite or something.
Yeah, and so the good thing is I had no idea he was there for all of my shooting. Was not filming him, he was not in any shots until he started coming up to our private little spot here. I was like, this is really weird. Okay, you can't see us from the road, so he might just not know we're here and he's used to taking his dog on this walk or something. So I watched him because you don't approach people's campsites, and it was obvious to me he was beelining straight towards our campsite with some sort of authority. So I was thinking, okay, there's a ranger, we missed a sign somewhere, this isn't a camping area. It obviously is. This is the place you go to disperse camp.
It always amazes me how people always love to make it about them. You're in the most remote location ever, alone, see a drone and think, oh, that drone is spying on me. Get a life, man, it's not that deep. No one ever cares about what you're doing out there. People are using those drones for what they're meant for, taking cinematic shots of landscapes and seeing the world from up above. He could have come and said, hey, sorry to interrupt. I was just wondering if you could not catch me in the recording. But instead, he came aggressively, swearing at them while they had a child around. That's not how you're supposed to act, and that's surely not how you're meant to ask someone something. Fortunately, the couple mentioned they had protection, and that if anything would have taken a wrong turn, they could have gotten out of that situation. But the thing is, in a place like that, where you are just there to enjoy nature, there is no need for these kinds of negative things. And it's not even like the drone was following the man or was close to him. They were miles away, so there was no need for the man to think that it was spying on him. I just think that the man felt guilty about something. Maybe he was there, on a walk in a remote place for something else, something that he never wanted anyone to find out. So when he saw the drone around the area, he just feared that someone was onto him. But who knows? Nevertheless, that's not how you act in these situations. In July 2014, a man whose YouTube channel goes by the name Rock Moons was out camping in Mexico. While he was enjoying his time there, he decided to go on a hike in the Ruta Aguajes trails, also taking his camera and tripod to get some photos and videos around the area. Well, that didn't really go well as a truck passed by him in a very suspicious way. That wasn't really too weird. I mean, looking at the tire marks on the trail, it was clear that cars were passing through there pretty often, but this particular one became much more suspicious when it passed by him a second time. After seeing this, the uploader took one of his GoPros and pressed the recording button before hiding it, and it caught something that was really terrifying.
What?
The truck stopped right next to him and stole his tripod and his backpack that contained a camera and more of his stuff, but nothing that would have been a fortune, and especially nothing that would be
I'm finding it. Hold on. Maybe I'm a psycho. Bro, please. No. Come on. I'll give you... What money do you want? I'll give you money. Tripod? Taking the tripod is fucking weird. Also, you have a tripod. Whack that shit. It's a fuck... He's barely holding the gun right. Fucking whack it out of the fucking way.
worth pulling out an AK-47. Come on, man. Pulling out a rifle for a tripod?
That was not an AK, right?
Must be one of the most pathetic robbers I've ever...
That's not an AK, right? I don't think that's an AK.
Ever seen. Oh, be sure to point an AK-47
I don't think that's
at...
Am I wrong? I don't think that's an AK. Yeah, I don't think that's an AK.
a hiker, so he doesn't shoot you with his tripod. Yeah. Jokes aside, it's...
Why does no one run anymore? You have all this brush around you. Run into the brush. Fucking hide. What?
easy for me to joke about that, since I haven't been in that situation. And it's clear that it's extremely scary to be at gunpoint in the middle of nowhere. The uploader returned to his camp and mentioned that he was glad that he was wearing dark clothes, so the man didn't see his GoPro too. He contacted the local authorities, and they mentioned that this is not the first time hikers have been robbed in that area.
Oh, okay.
Now,
That sounds like something you warn
some
people
people
about.
in the comments talked about this video being faked, and that the robbers didn't actually look like robbers, and I honestly don't know what to think about that. The uploader said that the recording was more than 13 minutes long, and that he hasn't posted the whole video because it would have been too long and would have just shown him walking and nothing more. But until he posts the whole video, we will never know for sure if this is real. But I gotta say, this video was one of only 2 videos on his channel, so it makes me wonder if he even had any reason to fake it, as he wouldn't have been monetized or making any
11 years ago, it was when the old monetization rules were in place, so he probably, yes, would have been monetized.
money from it.
The old monetization rules would have been in place, which means any video could start making money immediately if you had, like, any following.
Zerbinato is a channel focused on repairing cars,
Okay.
where the creator usually posts videos about
I could
fixing
not
different
see.
vehicles and anything car-related. But in this particular video, things take a different turn. While he was in Baja California, he decided to take his RV out for a short road trip just to explore the area. What started as a normal drive, however, quickly turned into something much more unsettling.
Happening in Baja, Mexico. It was time for a vacation. Our home base is Vicente Guerrero, Mexico, in Baja, and it was time to get away for a little bit. So we fired up the old RV and I changed the shocks. I did a bunch of work to the RV to get it road-worthy. The brakes, well, they looked good, 90%, but they hadn't moved. It hadn't been moved for over 2 years. So what happens to brake calipers? Even though your brakes look good, the calipers seized up on me.
I just put a fire out.
And they did not let go. And by the time I smelt it, and I'm like, okay, are they going to loosen up? I got to pull over. I don't like the smell. I get out, and I see flames. It's crazy. So that's what's coming up right here. And then I get into the repair.
But while he was out there getting his wheel off and trying to get it fixed, another man stopped to ask him if he needed help. He was apparently just another mechanic.
And I don't want to leave this out here because people drive right by and they steal stuff here. Todo bien, gracias. Todo bien. ¿Tú? Yo también. Pero los frenos muy caliente. Este lado, lo otro no es fuego.
¿Se pegó el saco?
Sí, casi un fuego.
Eso, pero se
porque de la pinza, caliper, no regresa. Sí, es duro.
The car zimming by in the back.
Ahorita yo pongo los pistons al dentro y voy a checar.
But while they were both working on the RV, some other people came out toward them, but these ones were not trying to help, and it got very unsettling quickly.
No, los dos tienen que salir iguales.
Este es el problema.
Quítale la balata.
Ok.
Esta.
Sí.
Ahora, agua.
Ok. Sí, agua o aceite o cuál? Agua? Sí. I'll go for water.
Con agua.
Sí.
¿Qué tranza con la pila, puto? ¿Qué tranza con la pila? ¿Cuál pila? ¿Qué tranza con la pila? Las pilas se las enseñó. Sobres, pues. Sobres, ábrete a la verga. A la verga.
What's going on here? Oh my gosh. These guys just pulled up. These guys just pulled up and they're lighting this guy up. This guy that was helping me.
You have a kid in the
They're
car?
gonna rob my stuff. Lock the door. They took his car. They're chasing him. This is crazy. They're on the highway. They're beating him. He's running.
Close the windows.
They're taking his battery.
Dollar doesn't give a fuck.
Go to the bedroom right now.
Why?
Go to the bedroom.
Why?
There's some bad people outside.
Why? Why? Why?
Go with mommy right now. Go to the bedroom.
What?
Yeah.
Bro, you can't get the car working.
This is insane.
Do you have a weapon? Was there not a hammer on the ground outside? Close the window.
Taking his car.
Bro.
Oh, he's got a stick. Okay, baby. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. I took in my... Did I bring in my... I brought in my Milwaukee. No, there's people fighting outside. You gotta take the kids. No, we can't go anywhere. Take the kids. Okay, I don't think they're interested in me.
You might wonder why the creator didn't go out to help him.
No, fuck
and instead,
that. You got your kids in the car. I'm sorry. Sorry to this man. I'm so sorry. In this moment, nah. Sorry. Sorry to this man. Thank you for trying to help us. But in that moment, yeah. Yeah, I stick with the family, especially if your wife did not realize what the fuck was going on.
Ran inside the RV, and once he got inside, it was pretty obvious why. He had his daughter and his wife
I love the daughter being like, why?
inside the RV, so his main priority was making sure they were safe. The man eventually returned to his car after he was robbed by the other men. He was beaten, but through some miracle, they left him alone. And the creator even lent him one of his batteries so he could leave. I actually don't understand what happened there. He was attacked in broad daylight just to steal his car battery. That's so weird. Fortunately, Zerbin and his family were okay and nothing happened to them. But it goes to show that even when you think you're safe, you're actually not. And when you think nothing can get worse than what you're going through, think again. He stayed and repaired his RV with the tools that the man gave him, and eventually got back on the road. Crazy thing to go through. The Trek Planner is a YouTuber who does something pretty interesting. He looks on Google Earth for strange things that look weird on the map and goes to check them out, and sometimes while doing that, he stumbles upon some pretty weird stuff. He's pretty passionate about the history behind these places and always hikes out to the most remote locations to record his videos. In this particular one, he found an extremely weird pit on Google Maps, so of course he needed to find out what was going on there.
I am all alone.
Oh, I can see it right there.
There's no other cars, there's nobody else around.
Yeah, it looks like a sinkhole or something like that.
And I'm walking up to this big cave or sinkhole or something. And I see something in the bottom of this pit.
Flesh Pit Park! Flesh Pit Park! Flesh Pit Park! Flesh Pit Park!
It was a massive pit, much larger than it appeared on Google Maps, but when he got there, things began to feel creepy as he saw something at the bottom of it. Remember, this is happening in the middle of nowhere.
There's somebody down there.
What? What
And
is
I
it?
think, what is somebody doing down there? And so I started to get a little freaked out. You know, I'm looking around for somebody's car.
I don't see
Or is
anything.
somebody living down there and they heard me coming up, so they're like standing there trying to freak me out. I don't know what's going on, but I know that they're way down there and I'm way up here. So even if they did try to come up and
I don't think
and
that's
get me or
moving.
something, I would still be able to get to my car in time and just get out of there. You know.
That's creepy.
So I was just still trying to figure it out. Plus, I was thinking, like, is this like a piece of wood that looks like a person?
Hello?
Yeah, there's no movement. Okay, well, it's not there.
What is that thing?
Is this like a rock that looks like a person or something?
Don't
I
go
don't
down
know
there.
what
Don't
I'm
go down
thinking,
there.
to be honest.
Don't go down there. Don't go down there.
And so I'm just standing at this edge trying to figure out what is this thing and is it moving?
Man, that is just really... Seeing that thing down there? I thought it was just somebody standing there. Like I just come up to this ledge and I'm the only one out here. And I see this like figure down there standing. It's kind of freaky, to be honest. I'm like looking around for a car or something or... Oh my gosh. What in the world? Should I go down there?
No!
So after looking at this thing for like a good 5 minutes, I have the idea to go down a little bit farther in this sinkhole or this cave or whatever it is and get a better picture of it.
Use the drone.
I forgot. I have my drone here. So I
Don't
gotta fly
go
my
to
drone
there.
down there.
There we go.
He decided to set up his
Thank
drone
God.
and send it down there to see what it was. And it was something really weird, so he thought to go down there to see it with his own eyes.
No, false.
I'm not gonna lie, that got my heart pumping really fast when I first saw that. Oh man, that's crazy. But I'm gonna try to get a little bit closer because there's like this trail right here. So I'm gonna try to go down a little bit to get
Swear
a
to God.
better view of whatever this thing is.
Bro.
That is just really freaky.
And so I did. I went down there. And so I began to go down, and it's steep. It's difficult. It's not easy.
Man, what is... Oh, it's so creepy. If I could do this.
What is it?
Oh, the lizard. Doesn't even want to be
It's
down
the
here
lizard.
either. I don't blame him. Oh man, what is
The hills have fucking eyes,
And so
bro.
I start to go down, and I'm getting closer, and I can see this thing, and it's coming into view, and I still can't tell if it's a piece of wood or if it's a person standing there or what, or is somebody playing a prank on me? I don't know.
Okay, I'm like in this thing, and I can't tell if there's like a bee's nest somewhere around here because there's just like tons of that. Why is it so scary to go over there?
What is that? Bro.
It smells terrible.
What the fuck?
It smells like a dead animal or something.
If it moves, I'm gonna start screaming.
It was a weird statue of some sort, and it was honestly really creepy. But this didn't scare him as much as what happened next.
And as I begin to see this thing,
There's fire.
I hear like this alarm go off.
Man, where am I? Hear that? Hear like a beep.
In my mind, I'm thinking, did I trigger an alarm or something like that? Is somebody backing up like a dump truck and they're gonna dump a ton of dirt on me? I just don't know what's going on. And that really freaked me out. Like, is there cameras, looking at me, and some surveillance system going off? I don't know. I have all these things going through my head, and I'm freaking out. Plus, I'm like down in this pit, and so I'm like, I'm getting out of here to figure out what is that beep, because when I pulled up, nobody was there.
That's loud. What the fuck is that?
Oh my gosh. So the beeping noise was my drone controller. I left it on up here.
Bro. I
was thinking there's like some alarm going off. I mean, obviously when I'm thinking rational, like, nothing's going on really. But just hearing an alarm when you're down there next to that dude, it's kind of freaky, so. Oh my gosh. That was just so random, huh? This is a freaky adventure. This is, not expecting any of this. So it's kind of a different, weird adventure.
Fortunately, it was only his drone controller acting up, but still, what was that? Look, I know this isn't a very disturbing encounter or anything like that, but it's definitely something weird to stumble upon in the middle of nowhere,
No,
especially at the bottom
disturbing.
of a pit. I mean, why would somebody even do this? Why put a weird mannequin or statue there? There has to be a reason behind it, even if it's, let's say, just a prank. Now,
the smell, it could be an effigy and there is a body nearby.
even if everything turned out okay, except for that strange figure, it's never a good idea to go into these places alone, because let's think about a possible scenario that could end very badly. Imagine you're alone, and while trying to go down that pit, the ground starts sliding, you fall deep, break your leg, and can't get out. Who's going to find you? It's a remote spot, and it's clear that no one usually comes there, so your chances of survival would be very slim if nobody comes there for weeks. I know this video was about the creepy figure down there, but it's something some of you explorers need to hear. It's something that could save your life one day, and trust me, there are encounters much worse than this, with far more lessons to learn, so why not check out some of my other videos? One of them is on the screen right.
Okay, we're not done, but I am gonna do a little intermission because I want to go heat up some of my Indian food from earlier. I will be back. Okay, hi. I also burnt my hand a little bit. Taking this out of the microwave. It's probably fine. Anyways, I have dal and I have naan. I do have chicken, but I don't want to heat up chicken right now. So, okay, let's see. Whoops. I put the headset over Mau Mau. Okay, at least that first video we've seen.
Jason Harley Clofer, a 41-year-old disabled man living in Murphy, North Carolina, was sleeping alongside his wife inside their home, a camper trailer parked on their property on Upper Bear Paw Road, when they were suddenly woken up very early in the morning by something extremely unsettling. And the craziest part is that everything was captured on the security camera they had set up inside the camper. Now, let me explain why they were woken up in the first place. On December 12th, 2022, just before 11:20 p.m., someone called 911 claiming to be Clofer's neighbor. The caller was a woman named Emily Floyd, and she reported hearing fireworks, loud arguments, and possible gunshots coming from Jason's trailer. She also told dispatchers that she feared he may have harmed his wife and warned them that Jason was armed and dangerous.
Jesus.
Police immediately responded to the property, but deputies at the scene were unable to make contact with anyone inside the camper. Fearing they might be dealing with a hostage situation, authorities obtained a search warrant and eventually called in the Cherokee Indian Police Department SWAT team to assist. Fast forward several hours later. It was now 4:54 a.m. Jason and his wife were asleep the entire time, not screaming, not arguing,
Not getting swatted,
just sleeping
Jesus.
and dreaming while a full SWAT team stood outside their trailer. Then suddenly, officers opened the door and deployed a robotic camera inside to see what was happening.
Getting swatted by tribal police sounds crazy. Am I not wrong? Am I not wrong? This sounds insane. Jesus. Oh my God. Okay. They're asleep through this.
Both Jason and his wife were completely confused about what was happening. They had just woken up with no idea that
There's just a
police had
robot in your
surrounded their
floor.
trailer for hours. Jason lit up a cigarette and got up to check what was going on. As he was walking toward the door, he suddenly noticed something sitting in the middle of the trailer. Confused, he looked at it like, "What the hell is this?" and picked it up. That was one of the worst things he could have done.
Oh God, they
But
think
at
it's
the
a gun.
same time, he had literally just woken up.
They're
He
gonna
had
kill
no
him.
clue what
They're
was
gonna kill
happening
him.
outside, no
They're
clue
gonna kill
police
him.
were there, and no idea that the object in his hands
they're gonna
was
kill him.
actually a robotic camera deployed by SWAT. Still holding the robot, Jason walked to the door and opened it. And that's where things became truly unsettling.
I'm shot! What the hell? I'm shot! He's shot! What the hell did you do? Fuck! I'm dead! I'm shot! I'm shot! He's shot! He's shot!
Oh my God.
No, no! Oh, shot! No! He can't! He's shot! I'm shot! He's disabled! He's shot! Please! Shot!
Oh my God.
I can't even!
Jesus fucking Christ. Did they not realize they fucking shot him?
Officers
shit.
rushed into the trailer, sweeping the entire place with guns drawn,
Jesus
while
fuck.
Jason was lying on the ground in critical condition,
Jesus.
desperately needing help. The reason they had opened fire was because they believed he had a weapon in his hand, but in reality, he was only holding the robotic camera
His
they had
hands are
thrown
up
inside
still.
moments earlier. Jason was eventually pulled out of the trailer and rushed to the hospital. He had been shot in the chest and arm, with bullets tearing through his liver, stomach, and even the lining around his heart.
Where are you
He spent an entire week hospitalized, waking up from surgery with 70 staples across his chest, 20 stitches in his arm, and a tube down his throat. But one of the most disturbing parts came only hours after the shooting. The Cherokee County Sheriff's Office released a statement claiming that Klopfer had engaged in a verbal altercation with officers and confronted them as he came out of the camper.
Oh,
the way they described it made him sound...
Okay, I don't think, okay, so let me make clarification. I don't think this is tribal SWAT. I think this is just Cherokee County. I don't think it's tribal land. So I want to make that very clear. That being said, all cops are bastards.
...sound like the aggressor in the situation. Jason was then charged with communicating threats, as well as resisting, obstructing, and delaying officers. And honestly,
what are you talking
what makes
about?
this whole thing so unsettling is that the police probably would have gotten away with that version of the story, and most people would have believed it without questioning anything. But there was one thing they didn't know. Jason had a security camera inside the trailer recording everything. It captured that he wasn't resisting. It captured that he did not have a gun in his hand, and it also recorded this.
Hey, bro. Hey, camera.
Did they turn off their cameras?
Here's the firearm again.
They knew they were done.
Yeah, get
One
fucked.
of them couldn't hold it in and started swearing out
Get
of
fucked.
frustration, and the other immediately snapped back. "Shut up. We have cameras," referring to their body cams that were still recording everything. At that
Loser
point,
psychos.
they realized Jason didn't have a gun. But what they didn't realize was that Jason's own security camera inside the trailer had captured the entire incident as well. In the aftermath, the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians Tribal Council unanimously approved
so it
an
was
ordinance
tribal
change
cops.
exempting police car and body cam footage from the tribe's public records law,
What?
a move that came directly after the shooting and was widely seen as an attempt to reduce transparency. However, once the footage from inside the trailer was
So this is tribal cops then. So all cops are bastards. Like what?
eventually released, it became clear why the body cam recordings were so controversial in the first place. About a month and a half after Jason Klopfer publicly released the home security footage on January 2023, the false charges against him were dropped. Despite that, in December 2023,
I love Dolph.
Special
So good.
Prosecutor Lance Sigmund declined to file criminal charges against any of the officers involved,
Oh, of course.
and no detailed explanation was ever made public. More than 2.5 years
I'm a
after the
bootlicker.
shooting,
That's the,
law
public
enforcement
explanation.
agencies agreed to settle his civil lawsuit for $10 million. Despite that outcome, Klopfer described the settlement as blood money, saying he and his wife were not celebrating, and for good reason. He received that money because he almost died that night, and because he was lucky enough to have a camera recording everything. But it really makes you think, what would have happened if he hadn't? And also, the woman who called the police, nothing happened to her.
What was the purpose for that?
On the morning
Did
of
they
May
have an
5th,
enemy?
2017, a 33-year-old woman was walking across Putney Bridge in London when something extremely unsettling happened, and thankfully it was captured on a camera mounted on the back of a bus. While she was just minding her own business, a jogger ran past her and suddenly pushed her into the street.
What
She
the
fell directly in
fuck?
front of an oncoming bus. The
I hate men. I hate men. I should get to hit you with a hammer if I see you do that to a woman.
driver, traveling at around 12 miles per hour, had Formula One level reaction time and swerved just in time, missing her by only inches. If he had been going any faster
What the
or hadn't
fuck?
reacted instantly,
Yeah, you better run. I'm beating the shit out of you. You better sprint. If I live, I'm beating your ass.
she might not have survived. What's even more shocking is that the man just kept running, not even turning back to see what happened. Nobody could really come up with an explanation for why he did it, but it's clear he wasn't in a normal state of mind. Strangely,
No, he's an asshole. Sometimes people are just No, actually, no, I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit. Because, you know, unfortunately, an unfortunate side effect when talking about mental health is that people use it for an excuse for fucking everything. I don't care what state of mind he's in. He didn't do it to this man. He did it to the woman. I don't care what his mental state was. That's psychotic. He's clearly not in his right mind. I don't give a fuck. What? He's like, I didn't beat his ass and throw him off the bridge. What are we talking about?
15 minutes later, the jogger returned to the same spot.
He passed by another person.
The woman tried to confront him, but he ignored her and continued running. I think he was just in his own world and didn't care about anything around him.
No, he wanted to cause her harm. That was a deliberate action. He didn't do it to the other guy. He did it to the woman. What are we talking about?
But this is exactly the kind of behavior that's most dangerous in society. Luckily, the bus's dash cam recorded everything, and that footage launched a police investigation. The jogger was described as a white man in his 30s, with brown eyes and short brown hair. Police reviewed 50 possible suspects and arrested 3 men, but all were released without charge. After a year of searching with no results, the case was closed in June 2018. It's crazy to think about how someone almost took a life for no clear reason and was never identified. Watching my videos will really make you realize how many people like that are out there, unpredictable, walking among us every day in cities, forests, everywhere, and you can never really know what their next move will be, but it never stops being shocking. On a night in July 2016, a couple, Jack Makercher and his girlfriend Jordan Baranskis, were at home watching TV when they eventually fell asleep on the couch. It was just an ordinary night, but the next day Jordan realized she couldn't find her purse.
It's that video.
She started searching everywhere. One of their home surveillance cameras.
We've seen it.
This next video comes from a man who created a social media page just to post a video that his security camera captured, something that left him completely unsettled. He posted everything people had asked for, but in the end, neither him nor the audience really knew what actually happened there. So, what happened? He explains that in his living room he has a motion detection camera. Basically, it starts recording whenever something passes in front of it. On this particular day, he was at work when he received a notification that movement had been detected inside the house. He has a dog, so he thought it was probably just him moving around. But when he checked the footage, he saw this.
Okay. I don't see.
The camera began recording even though there was nothing there.
Okay.
That was weird, but it got even stranger when his dog came into the frame,
Oh, is
acting
this the one
unusual,
where it looks like his dog
like it
got
had
pulled?
noticed something in the room that wasn't visible on camera. But what was about to happen next? No one expected
I believe this is the one where it looks like his dog got pulled across the room.
it.
Or yelps or something. That's from outside. Yeah, we've seen this one. Okay. Dogs are weird, dude. Oh, that's a sneeze. Dogs are weird, dude. Hermes
It's
says
very
this shit.
difficult to notice at first, but when the footage is enhanced, you can clearly see the collar around the dog's
Oh,
neck
that's right.
being forcefully pulled by something we can't see.
It looks
The
like
man
a
says the
sneeze.
collar was tightly secured and couldn't possibly fall off on its own. He even made a
Dogs are
separate
weird.
video showing how tight it normally is and
Yeah,
explaining
dude, that's pretty loose, bro.
that it can only be removed by manually opening it. At first glance, it almost looks like the dog sneezed and the collar just slipped off.
Yeah.
But no, if you look closer, you can see the collar move in a strange, unnatural way, almost like it's being pulled by something.
Sure.
Like there's a force or trajectory behind it.
Sure,
Honestly, it's hard to come up with any explanation other than something paranormal. And if you've watched my videos before, you know I always try to debunk things first.
No, you
But
don't.
sometimes there are situations
You're
I
full
just
of
can't
shit.
explain. Things I've seen myself in the past and things like what happens in this video. It's also not easy to control a dog's behavior, and in this case it was clear the dog was scared. In a
No,
more
I don't
recent
doubt that
video,
it's
the
real.
uploader
I
shows
think the
his
dog
dog again
sneezed.
and mentions that ever since that moment, it hasn't really been the same. And I'll be honest, that part is what makes this whole thing even more unsettling to
baby.
me. So tell me what you think it was. Do you actually believe in the paranormal?
No, not with this video.
In 2015, a family living in the Evergreen neighborhood of San Jose, California, came home to discover their house had been broken into. Nothing was ever recovered, and the people responsible were never identified.
Of course.
Following
That'd be too
advice
easy.
from police, the homeowner, a man named Bikram Singh, installed security
Bikram.
cameras throughout the property, 6 in total, covering multiple angles inside and outside the house. What nobody knew at the time was that another break-in was already being planned. On the morning of May 8th, just before 11 a.m., the cameras started recording.
You already robbed
2
their
young men
shit.
dressed in black climbed over the backyard fence. Before entering,
Oh,
they
we've seen
stopped
this
for
one.
a moment and looked.
This is the women are upstairs.
After the incident, a 17-year-old named Simarjeet Singh turned himself in.
You already robbed
He wasn't
their
one of
shit.
the 2 men seen on camera, but prosecutors alleged he was the one who planned the entire thing. He was Bikram Singh's own son, and according to investigators, he had allegedly given the intruders details about the house, the layout,
You already robbed their shit. Also, putting your family in that position, you're a psycho.
and the exact time to go in. Look, these burglars broke into that house once and then came back and did it again, and that's illegal. But if you already finished this video, it's legal to continue watching another
Bro.
one. Come on.
You get Forest video.
Rich Aloha is a YouTuber that loves exploring underwater. His videos are often about deep dives, reviewing diving gear, and one of his favorite things to do is treasure hunting.
Of course.
In this particular video, he heads out into a forest in Tennessee with a plan in mind. Deep in the woods, there's a waterfall he wanted to dive into to see if he could find any lost objects people may have dropped over the years. But what he ended up finding turned disturbing very quickly.
Disturbing very quickly.
What is up, guys? It's your
What
boy
is
Rich
up,
Aloha
guys?
here, and I'm actually in Tennessee
What is up,
to
gamers?
do some treasure hunting. Might be finding a drone or an iPhone, maybe a GoPro,
Sure.
and if I'm really lucky, might even find some cash. So
Sure.
stay tuned,
Why
because
not?
this epic adventure starts right now.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm being a bitch.
Got my hiking buddy, Crancy.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, yeah. All right, and just like that, after a quick but treacherous trek, we've made it down to the waterfall, so I'm ready to hop in because I'm hot and sweaty because this bad boy is heavy.
Okay.
So let's go.
So, he geared up and jumped into the water. At first, he found exactly the kind of stuff you'd expect. Bracelets, rings, random objects people probably dropped over the years. But while he kept swimming around, he noticed something sticking out from the ground underwater.
Are we thinking drone? Bomb? What are we thinking? Nuke?
And when he pulled it out, it turned out to be a GoPro camera. It was obvious the thing had been down there for a long time, judging by the condition of it. The camera was cracked up and looked completely destroyed.
Cracked
Like there was absolutely
Not
no
all
chance
cracked
it
up to
still
be,
worked. Before throwing it away, though, he decided to check if maybe the SD card had somehow survived. Surprisingly, when he pulled it out and tested it, it was completely functional. He started going
Those
through the
things are-
footage that
they're
had lasted.
Okay, I don't think that's surprising. These things are designed to be durable.
Really unsettling once he realized what he was actually looking at.
You know, growing up, I was a huge fan of Superman. I actually have this type of chance to be Superman.
There's where they were.
The footage showed the adventures of a young man enjoying his time exploring and swimming around the waterfall. This later turned out to be 22-year-old Richard Ragland, who had tragically lost his life there 2 years earlier after drowning beneath that very waterfall. What made this discovery so disturbing is that the footage Rich found actually contained Richard's final moments in the water. Near the end, you can reportedly see him becoming visibly exhausted and struggling to stay afloat. The camera likely even captured his final breaths. However, from what I could find, the complete footage was never released online. And honestly, even if it had been, it's not something I could show here on YouTube anyway. Rich Haley chose not to publish the full recording out of respect for Richard and his family, which I completely understand.
Jesus.
And while it's incredibly sad seeing such a young and upbeat guy lose his life like that, there's at least one positive thing that came from this. Thanks to Rich finding that camera, Richard's family was able to see some of his final happy moments on this planet.
That's nice, at least.
Theodore is a guy that absolutely loves motorbikes. His videos are mostly motovlogs where he explores different places, rides around with friends, sometimes does wheelies, sometimes falling, you know, just living life in full adrenaline mode. But in this particular video, he actually wasn't on the bike for once. Theo and one of his friends were out walking around, checking an area to see if they could get their bikes through a small forest trail nearby. But while exploring the area, they ended up stumbling across something that became completely unsettling very quickly.
This video starts off at a weird point because I didn't have my camera recording. This was kind of us just going out to look for some off-roading areas and everything, and I kind of had the camera recording just in case I wanted to go back and look at the footage.
I could get through this. This would be fun though too. I could get my Harley up this, no problem.
Okay. Famous last words.
Fuck. I just about 8. This would be cool, like on a dirt bike, to jump that little hill and make this gap. But if you did mess up, you're just gonna plummet into the earth down there. Oh, dude, yes. I got a tire. Dude, yeah.
I don't
They
like
just
the tone.
walked around, had a bit of fun with whatever they could find around, and at first it honestly seemed like a pretty cool place to ride. The terrain looked manageable, and for a moment it felt like the perfect spot for the bikes. But then they noticed something between the trees.
What do you mean between
What is that? No way.
Oh, is it a grave?
I didn't really like see it until you said something.
That's a dugout.
Dude, that was straight up like, hold on.
So by this point, it's hard to pick up from the video, but if you notice, I'm looking around a bunch. When I realized what I was looking at, I got a huge uneasy feeling like I was being watched by something. So that's why I'm kind of all like jumbled up.
I want to get a good yeah, I want to get a good view of it. Dude, somebody was digging a grave out here. Oh god. Dude, that was straight up a grave. Like that's not even. Oh,
it's an animal.
that's a deer, dude. That scared the Oh, my heart just jumped so. Dude, I'm getting out of here. You get the I had to breathe. Oh, dude, that's not cool. That was a grave. Like, I know sometimes I can be a little dramatic, but that, I'm just saying, you don't dig a a 5.5 by 3 foot like square rectangle on the ground, unless you're putting a body in.
They ran away because they felt like they were being watched, and to be honest, that's already something really unsettling when you're stumbling across it deep in the forest. But if you actually take a moment to look at what was there, it doesn't just look like a random hole. It looks 100% like a grave.
They said that.
And yet there was no one around. No movement between the trees.
It's also filled with leaves, so it's obviously old. Like, there's literally a dirt bike mark through it. You can literally see that's a bike mark of someone riding a bike through it.
No sounds. Nothing at all. In the comments, someone pointed out something that made the whole situation even more disturbing. They suggested that maybe the people who dug that hole were actually still nearby, hiding in the trees.
They were not gonna get the thing is full of leaves. Why would they be waiting that? No. What? Let's use our brains. Let's use our brains. What do you mean? Yeah, maybe you disturb them while they're gonna. That's full of leaves. That's an old gravesite. What if it is a gravesite? That's so old. It's full of leaves.
And that Theo and his
You disturbed them 2 seasons ago. Like, what are we talking about?
friend might have interrupted them right as they were about to dump a body. According to that theory, they could have been watching from behind the trees and quickly covered the hole with leaves before disappearing.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's a creepy idea, but when you look at the dirt that was dug out,
It's literally a solid mass because it's rained and shit. That's not a loose pile of dirt as it would be if they were digging the hole still.
it doesn't really support that version of events. The soil looks more compacted, like it had been sitting there for a while rather than
Yeah.
freshly disturbed in that exact moment. That makes it feel more like whatever happened there didn't just occur seconds before they arrived, but possibly days earlier. Maybe someone dug it, used
Days.
it, got interrupted later by someone passing through, panicked, and rushed to cover it with leaves so it wouldn't be obvious. Then they left and never came back, worried that returning would draw attention. But the truth is, we don't actually know if there was ever a body in there at all. People in the comments asked Theo if he ever went back to check, and he said that he did, but he never revealed what he found or gave any updates. He also said he was planning to report it to the police, but that was years ago now, and nothing has ever been confirmed publicly since then. So in the end, we're left with the same question he was left with. What do you think was actually in there?
Some quality hole in the ground fan fiction, yep.
Andrew is a guy who one day discovered something very unusual in the forest and posted it on his page. And it quickly went viral because people were left extremely confused about what they were actually looking at. So what did he encounter? One day he was walking through the forest when he heard a sound he couldn't immediately identify. It wasn't animals, it wasn't wind. It was something mechanical, like something moving through the woods. Curious, he followed the noise deeper into the trees until he finally saw it. A train. Not on tracks you'd normally expect.
Sorry?
Not near any station. Just a train moving through the forest on its own. No visible driver, no workers, no other people around. Just an old, weathered train slowly passing through the trees, like it was still following a route that nobody else seemed to know about anymore.
Was it moving?
What do we got here?
Oh! I mean, that's an oil, that's a gasoline canister.
Another one of those ghost trains.
Nah, dude, that's someone's hobby project. There's shit in there.
Except no one's driving.
There's definitely someone inside that.
Huh.
That's a fresh thing right there. That's clean.
Well, that ain't good.
There's definitely someone inside there somewhere.
Don't know where it came from. Don't know where it's going.
There's stuff on that train.
This time it's in reverse.
Sure, let's get on the ghost train.
No one's driving.
That looks new.
Like always.
What? How often do you see a ghost thing, dude? They're just like, yep, it's here.
So we'll check and see the other side if anything's in here. Looks like it could use some work.
Bro.
I'm not seeing it.
He owns those trains. He does it often. Gotcha.
People came up with a lot of different ideas about what it was actually doing there.
That
And
tracks.
some people in the comments even seemed to claim they knew what was going on. According to them, these trains are sometimes used to keep old, unused railway lines in working condition, because in some cases it's cheaper to occasionally run maintenance trains over abandoned tracks than to fully dismantle everything. Now, I honestly don't know if that's what was actually happening here, but I have to admit, it still feels really weird and kind of creepy to see a train just moving through a forest like that with no clear explanation and no visible crew. Just imagine being out there, camping in a small tent at night, and suddenly hearing what sounds like creepy Thomas the Train rolling through the trees all by itself. I
Not
don't
creepy
know about
Thomas
you,
the
but
Train.
I'd probably assume that's the end for me right there. This video comes from a channel called The Other Side. It was his first actual upload, meaning he's not really a YouTuber who posts regularly. In this particular video,
That
he
feels
recorded something
condescending.
really weird he came across
Most
in the
YouTubers
woods
don't
while
post
hiking
regularly.
with a
I'm
group
just
of
psychotic.
friends. It was something that honestly didn't make much sense at all, and there was no clear explanation for why anyone would do something like that.
Alright, so anyway,
They felt like
friends
it.
and I were in the
Looks cool.
forest, and we found this weird stuff. Not sure what it is. I promise you we didn't make it. I don't have this much time on my hands. As you can see, it's my first YouTube post for a reason. Oh great, my friends just left me in a place like this. Yeah, that's not
Are you walking through it? Are you stepping in those? Dude.
Do you know what all this wavy stuff is? Look like air and smiley face over there. There's a seat. I'm kind of scared to
Let's
go
be
over there, so
smarter.
I'm not gonna go. Don't call me a for it. My friend in the corners is scared the shit out of me. I really don't know what it is. I would
just
like
for
for you
funsies.
to tell me.
Just for funsies.
I mean, if anybody's ever seen
The
anything like this,
earthworms.
I see a
The
heart
worms.
and yin yang, based off the Chinese religion of Taoism. Previous, and well, guess we're gonna go. My fellow buddies who stick with me for thick and thin, supposedly, since, considering the fact that they just left me.
You were dilly-dallying.
Gnarly. Hey guys, wait up! Yeah, let's follow them. Ow!
He thought that it might have been some kind of ritual, and to be honest, that's kind of what it looks like at first glance too.
Not really.
But judging by the arrangement and some of the
That's a
symbols
heart.
placed around it, it could also just as easily be some kind of art installation or experimental setup. At that point, it feels like it's either one of those explanations or just someone with way too much time on their hands who decided to do something strange deep in the woods
Everything
for
is
no clear reason.
possible.
I actually couldn't find anything online about what it might be, but let me know what you think it was. This next video
Fat
comes from a
Reacts is
YouTube
crazy.
channel named Fat Reacts,
That's
and it's
crazy.
actually the only video that was ever posted on this channel. But it was enough to leave over 1 million people completely unsettled. So what happened? In July of 2020, the uploader and some of his friends were walking near a forest when they started noticing a really bad smell coming from somewhere in the area. At first, they had no idea where it was coming from, so they began following it through the woods, trying to figure out what it was. As they got closer, they eventually stumbled upon a pink cooler sitting there in the middle of nowhere. They turned on the camera,
we've seen
half
this.
joking, thinking they were about to find something interesting, maybe even something like a crime.
We may have seen this one.
This video comes from Kachow Productions, a channel known for sharing wildlife sightings that have gained a lot of attention over the years, especially because of some of the intense encounters they've experienced. And this is definitely one of them. It was October 2014 when the group headed out into the African savannah with their cameras, hoping to capture some great wildlife footage. At first, everything was going smoothly. That changed the moment they spotted a group of lions out in the open field.
Lions?
It could have been an incredible moment.
Lion?
But
I don't even know
unfortunately,
her.
the
Or
lions
whatever.
spotted them too.
Oh, the cooler
Take a look.
was like rotting fish and then like a baby doll, but then they claimed there was a baby in it. It's a whole thing. Look at this diva. Look at this diva.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, sure, running's a good idea. Running's a good idea. This is leave. Hey, y'all are being dumb. I don't like this. Did you hit her? Him? Are we doing warning shots? Y'all are just kind of firing.
Those were warning
Leave
shots
him
meant to
alone.
scare the lion away. They didn't actually shoot it. And I know a lot of you, just like me, would have stopped watching immediately if they had. Fortunately, the lion backed off after the shots, and no one was hurt, except for the hearts of the men who probably thought that was the end. It's crazy to think that if they hadn't been armed, that lion could have easily killed them right there. Honestly, that moment showed exactly why the lion is called the king of the jungle, or the savannah. You know what I mean. When you spend your life going into places where wildlife lives, it's only a matter of time before something like this happens. You can see the lion slowly moving toward them, but the moment they started running,
Yeah, that was
it did
dumb.
too. Whether it was playing or preparing
No,
to
you
attack,
activated
I'm
its
leaning toward
prey-
the second option.
Swear to
It
God.
was terrifying.
Running was
Kote
unnecessary.
is a content creator who truly loves cinematography, and I'm not exaggerating when I say his videos feel like movies. He shares vlogs and pieces of his life, but with a level of quality that makes everything look cinematic and carefully crafted. He also posts tutorials where he reveals some of the techniques behind his work, so he's definitely worth checking out. In this particular video, he and his friends traveled to one of the most secluded areas in Oregon, one of the best places on Earth to see the stars, far from any light pollution. Their goal was simple: photograph the Milky Way under a perfectly clear night sky. But what they didn't expect was to encounter something else entirely.
I'm all packed up, heading to Finley's, meeting up with Finley and Theo. We're gonna hit the road to the Alvord Desert. It's been a long time coming, man.
We're on the court trying to get a selfie, by the way. Where? Where? Sorry, 1 second. Sorry. One second. Okay. Playoffs. Let's see. Sorry, that weird nerve thing I have is happening. Lamest court interruption I've seen. Okay. Pickleball court? Which court? The NBA game. Okay. There's like 3 playoffs happening right now. Oh, with Wemby. Oh, cross the whole court.
Wants to take a selfie. Security quickly.
Wemby doesn't give a shit. That was so dumb.
I know you're not some AI.
At least get naked if you're gonna do it. Make it worth everyone's time.
Dude, let's go.
Ready?
Dude, I'm so pumped.
I have 8 gallons of water. I think that will be enough.
Fuck's sake, Chad, I said NBA
What do you guys
finals.
think? 8 gallons?
What's up, baby?
Why do we need to see this part?
How are you? Dude, I'm doing good. It's been since February.
December. January.
February.
Well, you take that one.
You got that.
I'll be driving.
All right, boys.
I'll take this
You're
one.
driving? No.
Wait.
No. He's riding with you.
I'm riding with you.
Let's go, boys.
After gathering his friends, they hit the road, driving for hours until they finally reached their destination. And by then, it was already dark.
This is it. What's up, YouTube? This is the desert.
Dude.
This is the desert. Welcome to the desert. The desert dance. The desert dance.
This is so crazy.
This is crazy.
Guys. Come on. Bring it in. Dude, we
Bring it in.
freaking made it.
Bring it
In
in.
the desert. Let's go. There it is.
Let's go, dude.
Dude, it literally feels like
Bring it in.
sand.
This feels so weird.
This
What?
is so cool.
What are you doing? Boys are silly.
10. I got a 10.
They cracked a few beers, set up camp, and slept through the night under one of the most incredible starry skies. I swear it must be amazing, spending time with friends while being under the stars like that. Gosh. Eventually, the night passed and the second
the
day
AI
held
wants
some
friends.
surprises for them.
That's
After
new.
enjoying a bit of fun around the desert, the weather suddenly changed. The sky that had been so clear
Yep,
the
that'll
night
do it.
before, revealing every star, turned
Yes,
cloudy
the true
and
horror
gray.
of camping. Nature.
This is coming fast.
What is that?
That's like a straight up
This is actually a standstill.
Y'all, get in your fucking truck.
In the middle of a field with like metal.
You guys just saw lightning?
Get in the fucking...
Sandstorm? Look at this!
This is terrifying!
This is absolutely
Grab your
freaking
shit.
bonkers. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I just saw lightning a second ago.
Grab your
Actually
shit.
standstill.
This is crazy, dude. It's happening.
Actually standstill.
Yeah. We need to close
Yeah,
up
we
our
should-
windows
we
and
should,
everything.
like-
Y'all are insane.
Go! When you go to that camp, leave it.
This is crazy. Dude, we need to put this away, bro.
Dude,
Hurry
put
up.
those away. We don't want to get struck by the lightning.
It's terrifying, bro.
A sandstorm formed not far from them. Realizing it was likely heading their way, they started gathering all their belongings before it was too late. But unfortunately, the storm hit them directly.
Get in the cars.
Oh, we stopped it.
Okay, but we haven't stopped that.
Oh, my camera's so dusty.
In our cars.
Get in your vehicles. You guys have the urgencies of a walnut. Fuck the chair! It will come up on you that fucking fast. Like, this is so dumb. This is so fucking dumb. This is so stupid. They will, as soon as they saw that shit, they should have thanked their lucky stars, packed up their shit, and made some headway, is what they needed to fucking be doing. That, oh, God. Look how dark it gets. Guys, it moves so fast. It's so bad. And the speed. Look at the visibility. Look at this. This was so avoidable. Men drive me insane, chat. This was so fucking avoidable. Sand can shred your lungs. Yep. This shit is so fucking avoidable. Jesus fuck.
I got your camera. I'm swallowing so much.
Dude, close your fucking doors.
What just happened?
You guys are stupid. That's what just happened.
Yeah. What? Oh my god. What the fuck? Dude. Holy fucking This guy's so dusted. Dude, that was insane. We were not taking that seriously.
Yeah, because you guys are stupid.
This is really insane. Oh my gosh.
That was an intense experience, getting hit by a cloud of sand, whipping through the air at high speed and stinging your eyes. Definitely not something on my bucket list. They managed to get inside their cars and stay safe, but I can't help but admire how they captured it on film. The whole encounter literally feels like a movie scene. Even though they were safe,
it's dumb,
they
and
later
dumber.
mentioned that the sand hitting their faces hurt, and it was incredibly hard to breathe and see where they were going. Yes, they were close to their cars and could quickly take cover, but other people caught in more severe sandstorms haven't been so lucky, sometimes dying from respiratory problems or even asphyxiation due to poor air quality.
Yeah.
It's rare,
because
but
they're-
it's real. Kote and his friends were safe, but I'm sure this ranks as one of the craziest
They were safe by the skin of their teeth. They were not safe because they acted accordingly.
experiences of their lives. This next video comes
I'm gonna do all my thumbnails like this from now on.
from Mac Adventures, a creator who loves motorbikes and road trips, filming everything along the way. But in this particular episode, they found themselves in a potentially life-threatening situation. They decided to revisit a place they had been to before, somewhere they didn't have access or permission to enter.
Gee,
The
that
first
always
time
goes
they
well.
pushed their luck and nothing happened. So guess what they did? They went back again. And as you know, when you keep pushing your luck, things can quickly go out of control.
Yep.
The place they were trying to reach was Area 51. At the very beginning, a vehicle drove past them and didn't seem to mind their presence. But that didn't last long.
Guess what, camo dudes? We're back.
Y'all are dumb. Hi, for the record, this is not advice to do criminal things, but I know some of you are like me. So, a piece of advice. If you know you are doing something less than legal, do not make comments about how you are doing something less than legal and that you know that you're doing something less than legal while the button is recording. Wow, man, look at this cool dirt road. Let's just keep going as straight. I think this is fine. We should be allowed to go straight. You better put on an Oscar-worthy performance. I don't care if you discussed it off camera. Camo dudes, we're back. Okay, so you were removed from the property, and now you know that you are willingly returning to the property. So that we call that trespassing. Man, they will shoot you if you go on a government land like that, right? You know that? A military base. But the content, Amanda. Then
That
do a
is Sniper
voiceover
Hill
later.
up there. That is Sniper Hill.
Ugh. Men are silly.
I can't believe we had actual camo dudes looking right at us.
Yeah, because you guys are silly.
I'm turning mine off. That was crazy. What if that's because of our video? Wait, okay, guys. Oh, your camera's off.
It is?
Yeah, it's mine.
This is on.
Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, all right, guys, you ready? You ready? When we were here last time, that was about 4 months ago. We put a video up.
You can't really make out what the sign says because he was moving so much, but they had taken a photo the last time they were there. And there's something on it that genuinely makes your hair stand on end.
No, it doesn't. If you're an idiot, it makes your head stand on belly. Like, it's...
Clearly states that
Everyone
the
knows
use of
this.
deadly force is authorized. That's scary. And not long after that, this happened.
Yours are still off. Whoa. Whoa. Uh-oh, we got things happening. I know, I am.
Y'all are stupid.
Yeah.
See your hands. See your hands. See your hands. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. I'm not going to tell you again. Right. Turn around.
They're laughing. Fucking children.
I'll pat him down. You got it? Yeah. You got anything on you? Nope.
No, sir.
I got a knife with you. Huh? Any weapon? Cutting stuff. Spread your feet. Spread your feet. You're going all the way out here.
We're just adventure travelers. We're just adventure travelers.
It's adventure travelers?
Yeah.
Rub your feet up. They said for us to turn around. Turn around. We're down a little alien. They said come up to Stewart Well Road.
Yeah.
Everybody else does. Yeah, that's what everybody does. We're gonna go past the line, man. We're turning around to head back to Little Alien for dinner. Or you want to get a ruler out and talk about centimeters?
I knew you should. I know.
Listen, we're going to give you guys a chance, okay? Get on your bikes, get out of here. We'll call Lincoln County, and they'll write you each a $750 ticket.
Okay.
We're out of here. Thank you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sorry for the hassle, guys. We're just travelers. My bad. All right, let's do it.
I mean, a ticket is better than a bullet, just saying. Those guys were not messing around, and you could tell they were ready to escalate if the bikers hadn't complied immediately. They were lucky, but this is yet another reminder of why you should never go anywhere near that area. It's heavily secured with armed patrols monitoring it daily, so it's best to just stay away. After they posted the video, they encouraged people to share it as much as possible, because they claimed they were receiving warnings to take it down. Now, I don't know what actually happened, but they stopped uploading to the channel shortly after, with their last video posted 9 years ago. Whether that was due to pressure or just a personal decision is unclear. However, they continued posting on social media, so at the very least we know they're still around. Now, if you got here, that means you like what you're seeing, right? So how about hitting that subscribe and like buttons, and if you truly enjoy it, you might as well hype the video and click the bell icon to be notified when I post. Also, take a look at this awesome merch. Maybe you'll like something. Zachariah is someone who's passionate about desert off-roading. He and his friends often head out to Jadu, Libya, to practice and share their adventures on social media. But one day, while out in the desert near an abandoned well, he started hearing some extremely strange sounds coming from inside it. Take a look. If you got here, comment the word pyramid.
Those are...
It really does sound like screams coming from down there. A lot of people pointed out that it sounded like cats.
Sound like
and I
animals.
have to agree. It genuinely seemed like multiple cats were inside. And at one point you can even see light reflecting from what looked like their eyes. What I don't know is whether he tried to help them or walked away,
How would you
assuming
help
it was
that?
something
I'm
more
sorry.
sinister. It's
How would you
disturbing
do
to
that?
imagine that someone might have left cats trapped in an abandoned well in the middle of the desert. What I'm hoping, though, is that there's some way for them to get in and out safely, and that those
Is
were
that
just
even a
kittens
well?
calling for their mother, not animals stuck down there. Who really knows? What do you think? Were those cats or something else? This next story comes out of Nevada, and it's one that's left many people deeply unsettled. Someone walking through a remote stretch of desert near Searchlight, about an hour outside Las Vegas, noticed strange gray piles scattered across the ground. At first, they didn't seem like much, but they weren't dirt. They were cremated human remains, not just a few, but more than 300 separate piles spread across federal land.
Behind every pile every scoop, there's a name, a person whose cremated remains ended up here, miles from the nearest town, in the middle of the southern Nevada desert. Each little mound, one of more than 300 dumped here this summer. From the air, you can see just how expansive an area it really is. And if you look closely, you can see the helpers on the ground Wednesday working to make it right.
When you saw those piles, what went through your mind?
I think most of us just felt like, what a shame.
Selena DeLulo is the president of Palm Mortuaries and Cemeteries. She and about a dozen others taking each one and placing it into an urn.
Authorities responded quickly, and around 315 sets of cremains were carefully collected and placed into individual containers while investigators try to determine how they ended up there. In Nevada, families can scatter ashes on public land under certain conditions.
That's not what that was.
But this didn't look like a family tribute. The scale and uniformity suggest something much more organized, and officials believe a commercial operation may have improperly disposed of unclaimed cremains.
Yeah.
No suspects have been publicly named, and the investigation is ongoing.
I think it's important to us to make sure that these people are not forgotten and not left. It's important to our community and our profession that we demonstrate how much we do care about these people.
When families trust a funeral home with a loved one's remains, it's one of the most sacred responsibilities imaginable. If those 300 individuals were placed in the desert intentionally, it raises serious questions about oversight and respect for the dead. For now, the desert is quiet again, but the mystery of how hundreds of human remains ended up there is far from over.
All right, guys, it's been 3.5 hours. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna walk my goblin, and I'm gonna watch some television, and then guess what? I'm gonna go to sleep. Okay? Okay. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Let's go full screen. Oh wait, hang on. I always do this. Just forget. There we go. Okay, let's see. Who is live? Who is live? I think you guys are getting Game Pass deck for just a K. I'm gonna raid and run, chat. Have fun. Thank you guys for hanging out. Let Bob know I raided and ran. All right. Have fun. Bye. Tell him I had to go. Bye bye. Have fun. Bye.